A beautiful day out here for football, Wayne. Lake Race has just won the toss and we'll be kicking with the aid of probably a 2-goal breeze down to the south end. And with the last year's top of the table grand final clash, we're looking for a really good game here today, Wayne.
Yeah, great to see you, Damon, and great to be here. Gnowangerup, or Lake Grace had a good win against Gnowangerup when these two sides last met up at Lake Grace. So Gnowangerup only played in patches, so if Ongerup can bring a bit more effort to the table, this should be a fantastic game.
Just a couple of mentions out here today. Wayne, notice you got a couple of players back in today. One, namely, one of the best country footballers getting around in Fraser House. Fantastic to see him back out here.
Yeah, it is fantastic. If I was coaching though, Damon, I would have brought him in through the twos. But I'm sure a player of that quality is gonna fit straight in today.
Yeah, let's just hope he holds up, Wayne, because out in country footy, top of the crop, that's what you want out here, that's what you want to see. It brings some real quality to country football, so great to see him back. Yeah,
there's a lot of great country talent on both sides, and it's a shame that you've got a couple out. Luke Bairstow, unfortunately, still isn't up. It'd be great to see him continue for a couple more years.
Yeah, that's right. Luke's like a fine bottle of wine. He just seems to get better with age, but his knees have been causing him problems, Wayne. He's gone in for a bit of an op, and he should be back in a couple of weeks, so should be really good for the business end of the year, mate. So.
Yep. Right, so the players are shaking hands. Sign's about to go. It looks like it's Marley Phillips for Gnowangerup up against
Triven Davey
for Lake Grace, and umpire holds the ball aloft.
Snoring.
Here we go, Wayne. Triven Davey goes over top, taps it on once more. Harding goes Sheldon. And he's been called for throwing. He just tried to handball it out there, and Sheldon Taylor, and just got caught throwing it.
Marley Phillips switches across to the outer wing, across to Braden Webber. Kick down forward to another Gnowangerup player. That was a good lead up and mark on the just short of the half forward line. He kicks forward just inside 50, and good mark there to Gnowangerup with a spoil. Who have we got there?
Looks like Big House, he is it, just come down, and he has taken a ripper mark.
How could I not No, I think it's actually Lewis Davis.
Lewis Davis,
They do look very similar from a distance.
Very similar.
Lewis is lining up. He's going to have to kick from right on 50 on the far forward pocket. Sinks his boot into it now. And it's going to be just the top of the goal square. There's a contest there. Snap. Harry Milne kicks it through for one behind. First score of the day.
Well, there's a solid start there for Gnowangerup, straight down the wing, couple of good grabs. Look switched on real early.
Yeah, it's they were definitely very slow in the previous game up at Lake Grace, so it's good to see them get off to a better start. Players are waiting.
Tyson Prater kicks along with that beautiful raking left foot. In comes Harris, handballs it on.
Jai Holmes.
Jai Holmes kicks to an open square, but there's no one back except Gnowangerup.
Picked up by Seamus, hits it. He chips it across to Webby, just in the and then he kicks to the top of the 50. That is Tim House this time, playing more in the middle. And again, they go down that outer wing, and there's a mark right on the wing by number 5. I don't even have a number.
Matty Critchin, I'd say there.
Oh, Matt Crichton. There we go. There's one we missed in our pre-game warm-up, and in all our errors there, the ball's about to get thrown in on Gnowangerup's half-forward flank. In comes the ball. 2 ruckmen go at it. We'll call that an even contest there. Phillips tries to get the handball out.
That's a great tackle by Davey. Triven Davey seems right on top of that contest early there, Wayne. So it's going to be a good battle all day.
Yeah, a bit too early to say it, Damon.
That's a beautiful kick down the line to Joyce. Joyce kicks on, looking for Louis Garrard. Louis Garrard runs onto it, hand passes it over. The kick's on goal. And it's the Sheriff, by the look of it. As the Sheriff has gone bang, and he kicked 8 last week. Wade Bambling Kicked 8 goals last week and he's started off again on fire. That's a ripping goal. And beautiful ball work there through the middle there by Justin Joyce and the likes.
Yeah, that's a great goal to Lake Grace. Both sides so far have looked really good transitioning the ball from half back to half forward, but it's Lake Grace that we managed to turn that transition into the first major of the day. So the two ruckmen go at it again. Good contest. Phillips gets the better of that one, follows up his own ball, lays a tackle, and the umpire's going to ball it up again. Up they go again. This time Lake Grace wins it and ball's gone in, and umpire's going to get his work cut out here and have another go.
In they go again, Phillips and Davey. Davey wins the knock again, gets it on. That's a solid tackle. Looks like Ben Watson getting in hard. That's what he loves doing. They call him Truck for a reason. Here we go again with a throw up. Phillips gets the better of this knock. Tries to get it out. It's a tough football, but Lake Grace win forward. There's more. More handballs on to Bambling. Can Bambling pick it up? He taps it on. He's got a piece of it now. He's looking for someone to get it out to. And that's Taylor. Taylor just pushed forward and will receive a free kick by the look of it for a push in the back. So just got to pick up which Taylor there is. They look very similar with their haircuts. It looks like Ryan Taylor will be having a shot on goal. Obviously a couple of boys come across from Cookrun. Very, very handy inclusions there. So it's Taylor from about 40 metres on a slight angle. Kicks on its way. Oh, and it's hit the point post. He never really seemed to hit it that clean. It never seemed to go, but it kept travelling and just hit that point post.
Okay, so Braden Webber getting ready with the kick-in duties. Looking left, looking right, and again they go to that far side. And there's a contest there, ball hits the ground, Gnowangerup's out the back. Great fight there by Lake Grace. And the ball's just trickled out of bounds for a boundary throw in on Gnowangerup's half-back flank.
Well, it's a well-contested game early, Wayne. It's exactly what you expect from two teams like this. Both teams very serious chances of winning this year's flag. So they'll be trying to set an example today. They'll be trying to send a message.
Yep, absolutely. The ball came in a little bit crooked. There's a big crowd around the ball. Finally, Ongerup come out. There's a quick handball kick forward by Webber to go out of bounds on the true wing on the far side. Yeah, I think the game currently was summed up in that previous shot on goal by Lake Grace. That ball could have been anyone's, but a quick handball out and then an errant push in the back, and suddenly it was Lake Grace's free. Ball's thrown in. Phillips and Davey go at it. And again, there's a lot of people around the contest. Oh, that Lake Grace player went in very hard, got a good handball out. There's a good handball chain there. Kick forward to our near half-forward flank for Lake Grace.
Bambling again. He's been solid early, hasn't he?
Yes.
He's had a great start. He's seen Bailey McGlean, flies at it, just bounces in front of him. Gnowangerup, sweep up. Here's Bluey. Bluey Caldwell kicks on. He's being tackled as he kicks it. Bambling back into it. He tries to get the hands out. Oh, he's lucky to get away with that one. In goes Watson. He's been tackled viciously. And there's House. There he is.
There's Fraser House trying to put
That's a tough tackle, and it's great to see him out there.
That's probably the closest he's been to the football, but he'll feel better just by laying that tackle. Ball goes up again. Phillips punches it backwards. Comes out to
Harry Regan.
But picked off by Tim House on the half-back flank. Again, Tim goes to the far wing, or for the far half-forward flank. Now it's kicked by Webber up to the wing to Matt Crichton, and the ball just trickles in front of him out of bounds in the true centre wing position.
The Ongerup are just trying to bring it wide. You can understand why. If they bring it this top side, it's dangerous, but it's just floating across that boundary, trying to bring it down that far side with the breeze.
Yeah, it's really a risk reward, as the umpire's going to have to throw that ball in again. If they try to take the risk of coming the clubhouse side, they really do leave the chance that Lake Grace is going to turn it over and score. And this boundary umpire's having a big problem at the moment throwing the ball in. Hopefully it's third time lucky. Oh, that's a much better throw in there. Ball bounces around again. There was a late Grace player.
Regan again out the guts. McGlynn and that having a tussle. Gnowangerup get it. McGlynn tackles hard. In goes Joyce. He gets a little chip on it. Davey grabs it. Handball out to Regan again. He sees someone he likes. It's more and more. Oh, it's a mark or it's a free. Take it whichever way you want. And he's going to line up from about 15 metres out in a slide angle. This should be a soda for the candy man.
Absolutely. Ongerup just felt the pressure there, and if he hadn't have marked it, it was going to be a free kick. So he'll be kicking on a similar angle to previously, but this time from only about 25 metres out.
Let's see what Moore can do. They call him the candy man. He loves selling the candy all day long. Let's see if he's got his kicking boots on. And that's about as easy as you get. And it goes to 2 goals, 1-13 to just the one behind for Gnowangerup. And that's kind of what you'd expect with this breeze. It's got to be a 3-4 goal breeze running down that end, Wayne, you'd assume? Yeah, 2 to 4 goals, so it's still early days, so it's really how much Ongerup can limit the damage. But Lake Grace are looking, when they get that ball out and into the open, they're looking very lively in the forward line. Tim House, the player coach, is directing traffic, trying to line everyone up. I think there's been a couple of switches made. Webber's coming further from the goals up onto the half-back flank. It looks like Reuben Smith and Mickey Long for the ruck work now. Both rucks are swapped out. Smith goes up, taps back. Harding go Hodgson, and he'll receive a free kick. Got his head over it, right in the centre of the gown. He's a bit reluctant to what he will do. Chip short.
Ball's played on. The mark was dropped, but Dewar plays on to Ongerup. Lewis Davis leads out, just misses it on the bounce. It's a contest, 1-on-1. In comes some support. Handball by Ongerup. Handball forward to Lewis Davis. He has to wait for it. Gets it on his boot forward to number 2. Again, Ongerup's done a terrible job with their team list, I must say. But there's a kick in forward, and that's a good mark in the forward pocket. And Ongerup's going to have a shot at goal from a very tight angle, about 20 metres out.
And it was Dewar there, and if they were clever, they would have got it straight back to him. He wanted it, and now they're crossed now.
And Cody Harris does a little lead and takes a mark, and he's now kicking from a much better angle, but about 40 metres out. And that was the smart move, especially in this wind.
Yeah, they just needed to square up there a bit to give themselves any chance. They've decided to come down that wing, but if you come down that wing, you have to square it up with those kicks.
I reckon Harris is right on his limit here. Well, I think he's just gone for the top of the goal square, and two Lake Grace players come in and spoil, and it's gone over the boundary line for a throw in the right forward pocket for Ongerup.
It was a pretty tough bump there by Prater. I thought he was quite lucky to get away with that one because it didn't look like Gnowangerup player got near it.
Well, he has, and it's resulted in a throw in. There's a contest at the ball. Umpire lets it go. Lake Grace are very good with their handballs at the moment. They get a quick handball out, but Ongerup's applied the forward pressure. Handball by Hemley. Handball by, I think it was Davis. He gets it back. Oh, and then he gets driven into the ground. What's the umpire seen? I think it's going back to the previous contest. It's a free kick to Ongerup, to Alex Hemley. So he must have just got dealt with, to James Dewar.
James Dewar, very classy player.
Must have just got dealt with as he gave the ball away. So James from about 30 metres out, running in. Yeah, nice kick at goal. The players like it. And the umpires put up the 2 big fingers to signify a goal. That's a much needed goal for Ongerup. So the scores now Lake Grace 2 goals 1-13, leading Ongerup 1 goal 1-7.
What a fantastic start we've had. It's been hard football, Wayne. It's what you expect. Both very good sides out here. Great display of country footy at the moment. Really hard football. Looked like Luke Moore had gone all the way from the forward line then down to the back line and just gave a cheap one away. Probably what Lake Grace did not need. But it's brought Gnowangerup right back into the contest early.
And both teams, when they can get the ball out in the open, their skills with handball and kicking are very good. They've just both got to get it out of the contest. The ball goes up again. Long makes a good contest in the ruck, and it's been in amongst a pack, and the umpire's going to have to reset and throw it up again. Up goes the ball, and two rucks go at it, and the umpire's seen Cody Harris has got a free kick there. I'm not quite sure what that's for. He just does a little kick to Michael Long, makes him stretch for it, but he grabs it one-handed. So he's on the far centre wing, and he just chips it up to the top of the 50-metre line. There's 3-on-3 there, and its ball's come to ground. In goes Milne, gets a quick handball out, and there's a chain of 3 handballs. There's Jimmy Dewar again. He gets past one. He has to handball over the top of his head to Hemley, and then Harry Milne has a shot on goal. The players like it.
Beautiful goal. There's a beautiful goal from the pocket there, Wayne.
There was a chain of 4 or 5 handballs in a row that set that up. Gnowangerup just kept the ball alive, and you wouldn't have really that was a top quality goal. If you asked him to do it another 5 times, I don't think he'd get it.
Just in the last few minutes there, Wayne, you can see Gnowangerup getting in first, and that's what's getting on those free kicks. Lake Grace just a little bit off the contest and then giving away those easy free kicks. They want to sort that out and start getting in a bit earlier.
Yep, I think whichever team can stay mentally tough, the longest is the team that's going to come up on top, and we're going to see these ebbs and flows all day. So Michael Long is still in the ruck against Reuben Smith. I'm surprised Michael Long's been able to stay in the ruck this long, given his fitness, but he just lays a fantastic tackle, and now he's got the kick. He nearly gave off the handball to Webber, but he's just looking for options further forward. And now he just chips it up, this time to a 2-on-1, and the ball's come to ground. And it's out. Lake Grace get a quick kick forward. Webber gets his hands on it, and Lake Grace have managed to bullock it forward. So now Bluey Caldwell and Bambling were running back, but Tim House comes in and mops up, and again Tim kicks out to that far wing. Cody Harris just gets his foot to the ball, but it just trickles forward, and that's turned it over, and now Lake Grace have got it.
Yeah, so Harris straight across to Jack Trollers. He's always a beautiful kick and finds Holmes. Holmes about 70 metres out. He's looking to find someone. He's got more in the pocket, but this is a very tough kick. He's probably outside 50, just on the far boundary. It's a really hard kick. He really needs to lower the eyes here, try find someone.
You don't think he's got the distance, Damo?
Oh, I think it's testing him. I think even the Kearney man, it's testing him. He's gone long. I don't think it's going to make it. It's a hell of a kick. Oh, it's just pushed to the far side with a breeze. That was a hell of an effort there, Wayne.
Well, he definitely had the distance, just lacked a little bit with the accuracy. Bluey Caldwell's just taking his time to grab the ball, as he's a very, very smart player, is Bluey. Always looking for ways to take it to his advantage. He's just sucking in the big ones, and now he's here assessing his options.
No, look out to that far side again, Wayne.
Yep, straight out there between Tim House and Bluey Caldwell. They're going to make the right decisions, and there he is. He kicks it straight to Tim House.
Yeah, very good contested mark against Moore.
Tim House just on the defensive 50-metre line. Again, he's assessing his options. He's pretending to look inboard, but he's going to stick with it and keep going down that wing, and then easy as you like. I think it's Lewis Davis. Takes a mark just short of the true centre wing. And again, Ongerup are just slowing the ball down now. They're just taking their time, just looking to move it forward methodically. Davis just chips it up to a contest. There's a big pack there. Ongerup nearly came down with the ball. Now there's a handball forward, but Lake Grace pick it off. And I think the ball was just out of bounds for a... Well, the players are, yes, for a boundary throw-in. So the two rucks go at it. Phillips and Smith is still in there. Lake Grace right to tackle, get a handball out. But Ongerup applying enormous pressure. Hodgson picks up the ball, shows it handballs off to Chucky, to Tyler Caldwell. You could argue he got caught high, but the umpire doesn't see it that way, and it's going to be a ball up about 40 metres out in Ongerup's forward line.
Ongerup are really starting to take control of this here, Wayne. They're pushing into a 2-3 goal breeze at least.
Quick kick forward by Lake Grace to a 1-on-1, and a strong contest there. But Ongerup have got the numbers. And the ball's contested, and again Ongerup grabbed the ball, nearly picked off by Lake Grace, but forward goes Lewis Davis to a lead, and that is Matt Crichton runs out and he took a nice mark, and then he got dealt with afterwards with a quick push, and that's a costly 50 because he would have been kicking from 55, and now this is going to bring him
right on the top of the square.
Yeah, or even only 5 metres out. So Lake Grace could be ruining that poor decision at the end of the day.
Just weight of numbers through that centre half forward position. Harris for Lake Grace went in. He was caught out 1 on 4. You know, Ongerup just doing the harder work at the moment. They got the numbers there. They created the turnover, and now that's ended up in a simple goal through a bit of ill discipline, Wayne. Not what Lake Grace needed.
No, so that brings the score now. 3 goals 1, 19 to Gnowangerup, to 2 goals 2, 14 to Lake Grace. So I think we really need to wait until half time to see how the game pans out. But yes, you would say Ongerup have got the upper hand at the moment, but in such a free-flowing game, I think things could turn very quickly. There was a huge amount of changes at the bench. I think both teams nearly swapped 3 or 4 players over each. So we're going back to the original ruckman of Phillips and Davey, and we're just waiting for the ball to come back in. Pocket, no he's not, he just got corralled and tackled, and the ball gets pushed out of bounds for a throw-in. Lake Grace thought they could have had a free there, but the umpires called for a boundary throw-in.
They are under serious pressure back there, the back liners. They're starting to call for the umpire now. Probably wasn't there. The umpiring's been extremely good as it normally is.
Absolutely. A flat throw-in by the boundary. Lake Grace run away with it. He just gets his hands away. Oh no, the umpire didn't see it that way. So this forward pressure from Ongerup is immense, and I think one player who's a bit underrated, every time Rowan Hodgson is able to come back and play for Ongerup when he's not studying at university, the pressure just ramps up a bit from Ongerup, and he was the one who helped with that tackle.
Kicks on it away, it looks good. It looks true. No, he's just pushed it to the side. It did look good off the boot. Obviously a very good tackle on Lewis Gerard, who has been in fantastic form for Lake Grace. Pingrup must have had 50 possessions last week, and I tell you what, if you can run him down, you're doing well. He's a very quick player. Out comes Prater. Joyce is on the lead, ignores that. He'll go longer. And Lake Grace Pingrup just fumble the ball there, and across it goes, across over the line.
It was a tough kick. He did well to get to it.
He's put it at the feet of Joshy Giles there, and it's just, he had no choice but to just tap it over. In comes the throw up. Phillips with a great knock. Davey gets a piece of it. And it's another free. Didn't see what that one was for, Wayne.
No, the umpire was right there. He was only 10 metres away. Ooh, lucky not to give 50 metres away, but the Lake Grace player. And there's Hodgson leading out, and on the second grab, he takes the mark about 40 metres out on a, we'll say a 45-degree angle on the clubhouse side. He hasn't even looked around to think about giving it off. He's obviously thinks he's a very good chance of kicking this one.
There's a beautiful little hit up by Morton then, just seeing the lead coming straight down the barrel, and the kick was true.
So Rowan Hodgson on the approach. Nice methodical run up, kicks through it with his right boot.
And that looks good, straight through.
That's a great kick by Rowan, and Ongerup like that. The car horns go off, and that pushes Ongerup up to 4-2-26 to Lake Grace 2-2-14.
Well, Ongerup are really taking control early in this one. They come to send a message. They went down to Lake Grace in the grand final last year, and Lake Grace got the wood over them in the first game, but I tell you what, they have come to play today. They are going in hard. They're playing some seriously good football in the back half of this first quarter.
Yeah, Ongerup started a bit slow, and Lake Grace looked all over it, but Now they've squared it. The ball comes out. Phillips won the tap only just, but the ball's come forward to Lake Grace.
Lands in the lap of Bambling.
That must be
He
about
looks
his 8th
forward.
touch for the day.
It is, and there's Moore again. What can Moore do? Hands it on.
Ben Watson.
And Benny Watson's finished off with a beautiful left foot snap. And I just missed the player there who got it out to him.
That was a
But I
great
lost
snap
me
by
page.
Watson. And the Lake Grace definitely needed that one. He snapped from dead in front, but it was 25 metres out, and he under a
So it
small
was
amount of
Harry
pressure.
Regan who went in and done the hard work and got it out, and that was a beautiful left foot snap to finish. And boy, did they need that one just to get back in touch a little bit in this quarter. They will be going with the 8 of the breach next quarter, the Gnowangerup Football Club. It's been a strong contest in the middle here, Wayne, between these two rucks. Trivan Davies been working his heart out all morning. He was the one who got it forward there for him.
Absolutely, they've both had their moments. It's a great contest. Balls getting thrown up now. Both ruckmen go at it, and I think Davey got the better of that one as Lake Grace comes out.
Straight down to Joyce and on to McGlynn. McGlynn just misses it there as he goes in, but he's coming to get a tackle. That's a good tackle, but he manages to get it out. And that was young House, Fraser House, who got it out. Joyce goes in hard. It'll be another ball up. Some really good football on display here, Wayne. This is as good as you'll see country football, two very strong teams.
And the ball goes up again. Davey and Phillips just taps it over his head, but straight to Lake Grace.
Joyce kicks in, and it's Moore again down there, but Bluey Caldwell just cuts it off as he does. It was a beautiful mark back with a flight.
He's such a smart player. He reads the angles very well. He chips it forward to Lewis Davis. Davis then goes to the outer half-back flank
It's like Dewar.
to Dewar.
A shock and bounce. In comes Smith, and that's a terrible kick. Went to go. To Jack Crullers, but
Smallwood. Maybe a bit too strong.
well, Lake Grace had their opportunities there, didn't they, Wayne? And they just absolutely butchered the ball.
Yep, the ball was definitely up for grabs in the middle, and Ongerup, Lewis Davis especially, was able to bring it forward. Connor Smallwood kicks
That's
on goal.
a beautiful kick. They're not missing today.
Connor Smallwood's a great set shot on goal, and he just loves having those set shots, and he kicks it through for another major. So that pushes Gnowangerup out to, I think we have 5-2, 32 to 3-2, 20, and it's the standard of footy today has been it's been a great start against two sides that would both like to think they definitely have a chance of winning the premiership this year. Gnowangerup's got some heavy artillery in there today. Up goes Phillips and Davey again, and it's Davey nearly got the best of it, but the ball's going to get balled up again, pretty much right in the very centre of the ground. Two rucks go at it. Phillips was looking for Davey. Davey came in over the top with a fist. Ball's at the ground. There's a big pack come in now. Gnowangerup try to get the handball out. Umpire calls play on. Lake Grace get it out the back.
Joyce out the back. On to Watson. Benny Watson kicks long, and it's a beautiful kick to Jack Crullers. Hits him lace out. Jack Crullers back inboard to centre half forward. There's Bambling. He's outnumbered. And it looks like Phillips will mop up for Gnowangerup.
Oh, it goes through the hands of Gaze, but he goes back to get it. Then he gets tackled. The umpire calls play on. Phillips follows the ball up, gets another handball out. The play seems to have stopped, but Gnowangerup keeps moving it forward, and there's a lead up by Smallwood, long way out of the full forward line. Now Gnowangerup take on more and go inside.
Davis Strong runs into 50. He's going to have a shot, is he, Wayne? Looks good off the boot, does it?
With the siren, mate.
Just pushed it side. And there goes the first quarter, and it is a cracking game down here at Gnowangerup in near perfect conditions. And it's Gnowangerup 5 goals 3, 33 to Lake Grace. Pingrup 3 goals 2, 20. Wayne, what a fantastic quarter that was.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I think both sides will take a fair bit out of that, and while Lake Grace would have liked to make more use of the wind, they would know that they are well and truly in this game.
Yeah, so it was just a bit more hunger for the ball there, I think, Wayne. Whenever Lake Grace had 1 or 2, Gnowangerup would come in with 2 or 3. It was just an absolute will for it. Lake Grace were over them early, and Gnowangerup just wheeled themselves into some good disciplined football there too, Wayne. They just worked that outer side. They knew what they had to do. They were disciplined. They slowed it down, worked that side, brought it back inboard and kicked the goal. So it's a very good start for Gnowangerup Football Club.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take a quick break now, and we'll be back with you for the second quarter. So, welcome back to the Film and Footy League, OFA League game, but at home, at Gnowangerup, between Gnowangerup and Lake Grace. We had a great first quarter where Gnowangerup finished 2 straight kicks in front. We'd just like to mention our sponsors, Dartfish, Classic Clashes, and Great Southern Fuels. And just a big shout out to Film and Footy. They'll be televising the country champs at up in Perth next weekend. So the ball goes up. It's just come out towards Lake Grace's half forward line. There's a big contest at the ball, and there's going to be another throw up just on the half forward line. Phillips and Davey go at it. Phillips tries to knock it backwards. Ball comes out towards Gnowangerup. There's a tough tackle there. A lot of congested ball. Gnowangerup kick it forward to Matt Crichton. Matt Crichton gets the handball off to Harry Milne. He's chased hard. Milne does a wobbly kick inside 50. Tyler Caldwell attacks it and knocks it forward. It's just hacked out of the air by Lake Grace, but to their advantage.
On the Holmes, it worked out well. And here's Davey. Nice solid mark. He'll look to go down the line, the outer side. And I've just done a wind check there. There is not a breath of wind out there, so we're wrong about that being a breeze heading down that way. And in comes Joyce, and that's a solid punch across the line by House. And Timmy House just destroyed it on Justin Joyce. A couple of really good footballers there, Wayne.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be a throw in right in front of us at the true centre wing position. The ball gets spun in. Up go Phillips and Davey. Davey hits it out the back, but Lewis Davis picks it up. Handballs to Phillips. Phillips handballs forward to Bodine Morton. Morton, he's contesting very hard, but the ball gets held into him, and there's going to be another throw up.
Young Ben Watson just come in and wrapped him up. Up they go again, Davey and Phillips. Phillips gets the better of him this time. He gets the ball back himself and he kicks in long. That's going right to the top of the square. Connor Smallwood goes at it. But Lake Grace run away with it with young Jossie Giles. Off he goes. Tries to run out of the back line. Kicks it, but that's an absolute terrible kick. And that has gone straight in the hands of Alex Hemley, then crosses up and he's hit up Fraser House. There he is. We're used to Fraser having about 20 kicks by now, but he's just slowly working himself into the game, finding a bit of confidence in that knee, and he goes across with his brother and Tim. And they just square it across. They come to the top side. He's looking long to move it in.
Lake Grace have pushed numbers right back. There's only a one-on-one.
Gets a short one there to Bluey. Bluey Caldwell just comes back. They're just working it out here. It's a nice slow entrance. He looks to go long now into the 50. Contest goes up. Smith's in it. Joyce at the back. He's under a lot of pressure. Bodine Morton gets it. And he kicks across the face. And has that gone out in the full?
Yes, it has. I think he couldn't see any options, so he was trying to kick a banana at the goals, but it just came off the fat side, and it's going to be Lake Grace's kick from right in front of the scoreboard, which says 5-2-32 Gnowangerup to Lake Grace's 3-2-20. So we're just waiting for Lake Grace to they kick it across the ground to Harris Regan.
Harris Regan.
Looking for options.
He kicks long. Justin Joyce down the line. He contests against 2 Gnowangerup players but wins. On to Taylor, back to Joyce. Flicks it inboard. There's Regan again. On to Taylor. Taylor gets it to Thornton. Thornton onto his left boot. Doesn't look, and he just kicks back, and there's Phillips just waiting for it and wraps it up. Phillips boots it on long into the 50. It's a strong one-on-one. No one's really at it. Gnowangerup's got it onto the right boot. Kicks long. It's top of the square, and it's a great grab there.
By Matt Crichton.
Matt Crichton has had a great start to this game there, Wayne, and he's marked out 15 metres out on about a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, I think he was a bit optimistic about what angle he was kicking it from, but the umpires brought him across now. That was a quick kick in by Lewis Davis, and Mac was strong enough to take a one-on-one contested mark.
It was a great grab. It was just a balloon ball in. It was a tough one-on-one. It was a great grab by young Crichton, and he has kicked through. He's kicked it straight through the middle to give Gnowangerup a handy break on the Gnowangerup Fuel Supply scoreboard, which now reads 6 goals to 38 to Lake Grace 3 goals to 20.
Yeah, that was they're always tough to mark, those high balls that just those hospital balls that just aren't spinning correctly, and Mac did great to take that over his head. Another shout out to our sponsors, Dartfish, Classic Clashes and Great Southern Fuels, as the ball comes back to the centre. And Phillips has just had a little purple patch there. He was very strong in a contest and kicked it forward and then took another intercept mark. So Davey and Phillips are going at it now. That's a great. Davey just gets the better of that one, getting it forward, but Phillips follows up the ball and manages to handball it forward to Harris. Harris kicks inside 50 to one-on-one contest. Crichton couldn't mark, so he just taps it forward. Hodgson is following the ball along the ground for about 15 metres. He's found himself clear. He snaps with his right foot. What has he done?
Oh, he's just pushed it to the side there, Wayne. You can see he was looking for the right before he took it. Lake Grace weren't aware. They just kept following the tail. You can see he wanted to come back on his right foot, and they just allowed him to do that. Out comes Smith. That's a terrible kick, Smith. And that's gone straight out of bounds. Generally a very good user of the ball, Boom Smith, but just on that occasion, it's just kicked it straight out of bounds and it'll be a throw-in. Triven Davey just works that well. He's gone back into the ruck instead of standing next to the bloke throwing in. Very smart. Back they go. This has been a great contest. Phillips tries to grab it out. Louis Garrard goes in now. He tackles strong. That's a really good tackle. And there'll be another ball up.
Yeah, that was a great tackle on someone. Probably Harry Milne's about 3 times his size, so he did well to wrap him up. Phillips and Davey go at it again. Comes down to Lake Grace. They're under a lot of pressure on their half back line. Dewar manages to grab the ball and tries to swing it into the middle, but it's right out near the pocket. And there's Crichton takes another mark, leading towards really tight in the forward pocket. That was a great run and jump. Under a lot of pressure, and it looks like he's just twisted his ankle slightly, but he's young and strong. I'm sure he'll fight that off. And this is going to be a fantastic effort to kick a goal from here.
Here he is again, Matt Crichton. He has been dynamite for this first half. He has looked really good. Kicks on its way, doesn't look too bad. Just a little bit to the right by the looks, and it's a minor score. So they've only just been off. He could have really hurt Lake Grace here on the scoreboard. They're just missing to the side again, and it's 6 goals 4. Gnowangerup to Lake Grace 3 goals 2.
It seems to me that Lake Grace have really pushed numbers back in this quarter. They actually have no one inside their forward 50 at the moment, and all the pressure is in Gnowangerup's half of the ground.
So Prater will take it. He ignores the leader more. He's looking to go longer. Taylor gives a little leader. He ignores that too. He goes straight down the barrel. He's got Harry Regan on. He drops the mark forward. In goes Gnowangerup. Turns. And that's Hodgson, is it?
Yes.
Hodgson kicks on his right. But once again, they're just off. They've just been a little off with their kicking. They really could have put Lake Grace to the sword.
He just had a little bit more time there to steady and maybe give the ball off, or even straighten up and have a kick himself.
That's just the pressure of the game, hasn't it, Wayne? It's a high pressure game, and they're feeling the pressure coming even when it isn't there, and he just rushed that kick a bit. So it'll be Prater to kick back in again.
I think even though Lake Grace are 3 goals down, they really should think that they're right in this, because both teams are having their moments, and it's only going to take a 5 or 10 minute run to bring them back into this.
So long kick by Prater. Boom Smith goes up. In goes Thornton. Gets his handball out like he got that one out. In goes Gnowangerup.
Harris to House, but House's kick gets smothered.
The candy man, here he goes. He's trying to sell his way out of it. Has to get past about 3. And Joyce, he's just dropped it. That would have been a great grab. I think he might have grabbed a bit of leg there. Just held the player up the leg, and the umpire did not miss it. So that's his, hits it just there, just receiving a free kick.
So from what could have been a mark to Lake Grace is now a free kick to Gnowangerup. Hits it, assessing his options just forward to centre wing. And he kicks out even wider to House. House puts up his hand to slow it down. Nearly at half forward. Umpire calls play on. House wasn't aware. But he gets around him to his advantage, and now he does a long kick inside 50 into the forward pocket, and that's
Smallwood marks. That's a great mark too, going back with a fly to mark in between 2 Lake Grace players. And this will be a tough kick, Wayne. He's going to have a shot from about 40. He's outside the boundary. This will be a really tough kick, but something I think he's capable of. He's a good forward. is young Connor, and he's not mucking around. He is going back.
He's just having a little fight with one of the sponsors' signs, but he's all set now. And I'll tell you what, if he gets this, the ball might nearly get stuck between the posts. He kicks on goal now. It just drifts across the face of goal, through for one behind on the far right side.
It wasn't a bad attempt at all. Just landed about a metre inside, and Prater just scored across for another point. 6-6-41 Gnowangerup, Lake Grace 3-2-20. Prater will kick out again. Let's see if he gets a few better options from the Lake Grace players now. He looks to go long down the middle again. Who's there? It's Ryan Taylor all by himself. He gets the hand out to Moore. Moore gives it the strong arm. Moves on. He's got a couple of players to beat, but he does. And once again, Lake Grace, poor disposal. Gnowangerup mop up back there.
Picked off by Hemley, who kicks forward to Phillips. Phillips goes across the ground to Lewis Davis, who takes a mark just forward of the centre. Davis kicks forward to the...
Smallwood again comes out. Oh, nearly marks it there, Wayne.
But the ball just trickles out of bounds from a lot of pressure from number 23 for Lake Grace. Mitch Smith is listed as their captain.
And you're just right about those numbers getting back. It is a very congested forward line for Gnowangerup. They find it extremely hard to score, even though they seem to have all the ball this quarter.
House gets a kick from the ruck tap and kicks it to the top of the goal square. Is that Fraser House?
That's Fraser House getting in, yep, just testing that knee out to Lake Grace boys. A couple of them gang tackled him hard to the ground. But Fraser just bounces up, that's what we want to see. Up goes the ball. It looks like Reuben Smith taps on. Lake Grace dive in, Gnowangerup dive in, and it looks like it's going to be another ball up, Wayne. This is a hard contested game. It's whoever gets their head over it and wants it the most. It looks like they'll come away with a game like this, because it is a tough game of football. In goes at Hodgson again, gets it. He's looked dangerous, and he's just been caught as he went to get the handball out.
He just tried to do a bit too much. I think he wanted to kick another goal on his ride, and he got caught. So now Lake Grace are moving it forward down the near half forward flank on the clubhouse side.
Holmes to Joyce. Joyce has it. Quality footballer. He'll look to move it. He goes for the switch across to Smith, and that's a lovely kick of the football in the hands of Smith. Smith ignores the lead by Moore. No, he goes to him now. Just lands in front. Moore chips on. Up to Harry Regan. Harry Regan, great little gather there. Kicks on, and there's McGlynn. McGlynn marks on the half-forward flank on the far side. He's looking for options. They want to cross in. He looks to cross in now. He's got big Reuben Smith, and he marks it true. Gets the hands out like a good ruckman should. On to Watson, goes forward into the... Here's Bambling, and he takes a mark. Probably, what is he, Wayne? About 45 out. 45-degree angle on the top side here. This will take a nice kick from Bambling to try draw Lake Grace Pingrup back into this game.
Yeah, that was a great mark. Lake Grace took on a big risk by crossing on their half-back line, but their skills paid off, and then they weren't scared to cross it when they got to their half-forward line, and they really pushed numbers into their forward line quickly to create a couple of loose options, and that's given Bambling a shot on goal.
Thornton's run to the pocket. I don't know what he's thinking there. There is no way Bambling's passing this, and he goes now for the shot. Kicks on its way. Is it coming back enough, Wayne? Is it coming back enough? It looks like it's good. That is a beautiful kick by the sergeant. He has gone bang, and that's his second, is it, for the game now. And that brings the scoreboard on the Gnowangerup Fuel Supplies scoreboard to 6 goals, 6 Gnowangerup 42 to Lake Grace 4 goals, 2 26, and that was a much needed goal by the Lake Grace Pingrup sideway.
And that was a great kick. It shaped left to right beautifully, maybe assisted. Maybe there is a small wind up there that helped push that across. Now we see Michael Long straight off the bench and into the ruck. Davey stayed in there. Again, just while waiting for the umpire to throw it up, a big thank you to on this film and footy league clash between Gnowangerup and Lake Grace, to our sponsors Dartfish, Classic Clashes and Great Southern Fuels. Up goes the ball. Long tries to use his body, but Davey jumps over the top of him. Long throws his body in there. There's plenty of it to throw, but Lake Grace got the ball.
Joyce onto their half-forward flank, but that's beautifully mopped up by Gnowangerup, and the kick goes straight back out of there. Here's Fraser House. Here he goes. Uses his left foot. Tested his injured leg.
Milne handballs off to Lewis Davis. Davis under a lot of pressure, but he tries to fight his way through. Oh, the umpire lets play go on, but Lake Grace have got the advantage.
Harris gets out. Brings it on to Ben Watson. Ben Watson with the left boot finds Moore. It's in some good hands here. The Candyman's got it. What can he do? He's probably looking to sell the dummy, I reckon. Look out, Bluey. He's looking for players to come at him. No one's coming at him. He hasn't got much. He sells a dummy. There it is. He sells one. Goes wide. Here's Harris. Kicks long, and once again, Gnowangerup drop back in numbers and take the mark there, Wayne.
James Dewar cuts that one off, and the Candy Man is obviously very aptly named, and now Bluey Corbell has run off him, and he gets the next kick on the half-back flank for Gnowangerup. He chips across to Webber. Webber kicks down the wing to a short lead up by Fraser House, who is starting to look more and more confident as every minute goes on.
Isn't he, Wayne? That's a dangerous sign for the Lake Rose Pingrup if he starts getting moving. Very classy footballer.
Fraser assesses his options and kicks to James Dewar, who's pushed up from the back pocket. He now drills a pass into Harris, who's still...
He could get it back here. He's done the run and they've rewarded him with the run. Another kick out to the pocket. And who we got here, Wayne? Big destroy by Thornton. That was really solid work, and Lake Rose really needed that with a one-on-one contest.
It was not really kicked to Gnowangerup's advantage, and that assisted with the spoil, but it's resulted in a throw-in for Gnowangerup just between the half forward and the forward pocket. 2 rucks set. Long and Davey. Long gives a big punch into the centre corridor, but it comes out to Lake Grace.
Regan gets a hand to Watson in the turn over to Prater. Prater switches right across the other side of the ground. He's seen Louis Gerard out there. He's only a small little fella, but he gives a contest. He's back onto it. He's got the ball. He handballs back, but it's Fraser House who intercepts. Chips forward. Here's Connor Smallwood, and he hits him up with a perfect lead and mark. That was a beautiful kick by Fraser House. Real quality show, and he hasn't lost a bit, I tell you, Wayne. He's starting to warm into this game, and this has set Connor Smallwood up from about 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
That was smart work by Fraser House. He didn't overcommit to the tackle, and then he was the one who cut the handball off and then delivered that kick into Connor Smallwood. Connor Smallwood puts the ball down, goes through his routine, which does not involve pulling his socks up. He now picks up the ball, spinning it between his hands. We're looking right behind him. We've got a beautiful view of this kick. Kicks it with his right foot.
He's kicked through. That is a beautiful kick. And I tell you what, he had to finish off like that, Wayne, because that was some beautiful football that got him the ball. It was a lovely lead up, and the kick was true, and now he's finished off. And that brings Gnowangerup to 7 goals, 6-48, just sneaking away from Lake Rose Pingrup, 4 goals too. But we have got a hotly contested game here, Wayne.
Absolutely. The previous 5 minutes were very much in Lake Grace's favour. They were able to move very quickly with weight of numbers from their back line into their forward line, and they were very close to getting one more goal. So now we're only 16 points in it, so it's still anyone's game. Umpire's back at the centre now, throws it up. Long versus Davey. Davey gets it forward, but only as far as Harris.
Good. Joyce kicks it forward and hope, but it's all Gnowangerup. They mop up again and just kick out to the far side. William Gaze. William Gaze grabs it on the wing. He's looking forward. He goes on long, and that's Crichton goes and Prater. That was a good contest. In goes Lewis Gerard. Handball's back. He's got Joyce. Joyce just taps it onto his advantage. Gnowangerup boys swamp him. In goes Davies. Tries to get the hand out, but misses his target. Gnowangerup go in hard now. Out comes Morton. Morton gets it back. Onto White. Paganoni, is that right pronouncement?
That's correct, Damo, and it's just come back to Seamus, hits it on the half-back line. He kicks into the middle. It goes to the bounce, and that Gnowangerup player had no idea that Lake Grace were tackling.
Very, very unlucky not to get to the free kick there, Ben Watson. He was gone for all money. He was looking for a player. He was a little bit slow on that, and Watson just clamped him down, but it'll be a throw-up. Up goes Davies again, but it's Gnowangerup who wins. It's House, is Davis, sorry.
That was Davis who got the handball away under a lot of pressure, and Gnowangerup's pushed the ball forward. Milne just drops the mark, but he handballs onto Matt Crichton.
Yes, that was a free kick from Prater there on him. That was too high. He just got a bit too anxious there and gave away a simple free kick again.
Well, you could say it's a professional free kick, because I think if the umpire hadn't have called that free, then Crichton was running in towards an open goal. So this is probably a good result for Lake Grace.
Professional free kick there by Prater.
So Milne will be kicking from just inside 50. Methodical run up. He actually kicks from 52, and the ball drops short and is punched through for a minor score to bring the scores to 7 goals 7 Gnowangerup 49 to 4 goals 2 Lake Grace 26.
Interesting to see what Prater does here. Like those Pingrup aren't giving him much. He's having to go long every time. He goes long again in the Harris direction. Harris flies up against 2 Gnowangerup players. Jack Crothers mops up. And on to Ryan Taylor. Taylor goes back inboard. He sees Regan again. That's a dangerous kick and it's been intercepted.
Picked off
and
by
there's
Lewis
Davis. Davis kicks on. And that's a great mark there.
By Tyler Chucky Caldwell.
Oh, it is too.
And he's going to have to go back and repair his divot after he has this kick because he took out a lot of turf diving to take that mark.
He's letting his hair grow there. I normally pick him up pretty easy. He's wearing a bit of a do there. He's Caldwell.
And he's also wearing a bit of extra padding around around the midriff. But, I mean, it happens to the best of us.
He's just let himself go, hasn't he?
He's been a very good footballer over the years, has
Certainly
Tyler.
has. Just pushes that one to the left. And that's another point. They're just letting Lake Rose Pingrup off the hook here of their goal kicking. So it's Tyson Prater to kick out again. Let's see if he can actually hit someone up this time. They really need to get out of this defensive 50. Oh, and that's a terrible kick and House is marked. 35 out. That's very unlike Prater. He's generally a beautiful user of the ball. But he's just tried to hit up Thornton. He's kicked it 15 metres too short. And Fraser House will go back for a first goal since he's coming back. And he'll be kicking from about near on 50 on a 45-degree angle, so this will test him. He comes in. He kicks from 48. The ball is on its way. It looks pretty good. I tell you what, he hasn't lost anything, has he? He's put that straight through the middle, and that is a beautiful goal to Fraser House. And that takes Gnowangerup on the Gnowangerup Fuel Supply scoreboard to 8 goals, 856, to Lake Rose 4 goals to 26. You could just see the pressure, Wayne. It's been coming. Lake Rose have been struggling to get it out of their defensive 50, and finally the shackles are slowly starting to break open here, Wayne. And
you could see how much that kick of Fraser House, that goal of Fraser House meant to Ongerup. They all came round and celebrated with him. He's been out of footy for, well, it must be 12 months now with two knee injuries. And yeah, like you said, it's great to see him back. The ball gets thrown up in the middle. We've got Phillips against Smith. Smith has been playing league football for Ongerup for a long time, and it's great to see him to keep at it. He hasn't lost anything. Very tough opponent, and they go at it again. And ball just came out in the tackle. Lake Grace get it forward.
On his left, Crothers goes at it, but he can't mark. And out come Ongerup, just try to chip it forward with a little kick. Ongerup pick up, get the handball out, and that's Bodie Morton. He brings it out even wider.
Bit of pressure. Willie Gaze was tracking that ball, and he just had his head over and gets rewarded with a free kick for a high. Gaze on the true centre wing position on the clubhouse side, kicks forward. 2 players go at it. Fraser House jumps.
Lake Grace mop up with Boom Smith. Out comes Smith, goes long. He's trying to get it out of there, but no anger up. Oh, they run into each other. So House come across, he had an easy mark, but his player got in the way there. It was Bluey Caldwell. He just come in, he says, sorry, mate, as he knew he had an easy kick. He's a taller fella. He should have just let him come.
I think it was James Dewar, and he just, Tim just took his eye off him as James came into his eye line, and so now we have a ball up, and it's kicked forward by Lake Grace inside their 50. Tim House is very strong in the contest.
McGlynn on the House.
Bluey Caldwell mops up. Hodgson just spills the mark, so he's put himself under a bit of pressure. He handballs to Will Gaze, who does a little chip forward with his right foot.
And quite sees it out on the full throw in there. Must have been very close.
Looks like a throw in. That wasn't one of his most skillful efforts, but it's resulted in a throw in right in front of the Gnowangerup coach's box.
So it's Smith and Phillips. Smith has a height advantage. He goes back, but it's Gnowangerup who will run onto it again.
Tracked by Rowan Hodgson, but he just overruns it under a bit of pressure. Morton, then he tracks it, and in comes Harry Milne, who's having a bit of a purple patch, kicks it forward, and it just bounces out for a throw-in Gnowangerup's right forward pocket.
Yeah, Bluey Caldwell, if it just had stayed in, he had a bit of space, he could have ran onto it, but it just trickled across.
Ball comes in, Smith and Connor Smallwood doing the work in Ongerup's forward line, and the ball, there's a lot of numbers there, and we're going to have a secondary ball up.
Young Joshy Giles just solid in, good tackle by Ongerup. Smith knocks it wide, but it's all Ongerup again.
Milne to Hodgson. Hodgson snaps on his right, but it's just gone to the goal square, and then it's punched through under pressure for another behind to Gnowangerup to take it to 8 goals 9, 57 to Lake Grace, 4 goals 2, 26.
Mitch Thornton done very well there. He's on Davis, and it's an absolute size difference. He was outsized in the contest, but just managed to get across in front and punch that one through. Out comes Prater. Can he find someone this time? It's not the greatest looking kick again, but it goes in high. Smith just belts it out the air. Thornton comes in with a hard tackle, and he holds up the Ongerup player in Marley Phillips. No, it's not Phillips. It looks like Dewar or someone.
James Dewar at the bottom of that tackle, and umpire doesn't waste any time, throws it up. Smith and Phillips. Ball in a contest. There's about 8 players around that ball. Lake Grace get two quick hands out, and the ball is now clear.
Joyce to Watson. Watson kicks across the ground. This is a dangerous kick. Crichton's under it. Prater spoils. On runs on the Ongerup player and Milne. He has a shot. Was it touched?
Must have been touched off the boot.
They're very lucky to get away with that one there, Lake Grace. Pingrup. Very dangerous kick across the face.
Well, no players are complaining, so it must have been touched off the boot. Or kicked by Prater.
So now Prater tries to hit up Joyce, and he's finally got a good kick out, and Joyce fumbles what he normally would have taken, and that one goes across too. Lake Grace just need to find a bit of composure here, Wayne. Just need to get themselves back in.
Well, flat throw in by the boundary umpire, and the field umpire doesn't like that, and he says, "You're going to have another go, son." This time it's spun in much higher. Phillips and Smith go at it. Hodgson is tracking the ball again. He just bullocks his way in at the ball. Caldwell attacking the ball. Phillips is in there, gets a handball out. It's nearly cut off. Morton handballs to Dewar, but the boundary line is Lake Grace's friend.
Lake Grace have got to get their nose in the trough here, Wayne. They've got to go in harder. Gnowangerup at the moment are winning all the hard contested balls. On all these throw-ins or throw-ups, they just seem to get the better. Someone needs to stand up from Lake Grace. McGlynn goes up. McGlynn goes in hard again. Taps it on towards the boundary. Here's more.
Ramp up the pressure, and even though the wind on your wind check isn't that strong, this southern end or the cemetery end is always seems to be the scoring end at this ground, and Gnowangerup made the most of it to more than double Lake Grace's score. But I think with the quality of that game and what they show in transition, sometimes there's still plenty of football to go today.
Yeah, Lake Grace just need to find a bit of composure in the second half, Wayne. They've been maybe not finding the right options at times, but when they have had the right options, they've just not had the skills there. Gnowangerup on the flip side have been very classy with the ball, and across the half-back line there, they've been very strong in defending. It's been very hard for Lake Grace to penetrate that half-back line. With Davis, with House back there, some real big figures back there. They've been defending really well. And down forward, I thought that young Matt Crichton, he's having an outstanding game. He's getting his hands on it, and Hodgson and a couple others are having some really good games here.
Yeah, it's a fantastic contest. So we'll go for the Film and Footy League footy game between Gnowangerup and Lake Grace. We'll stop for a break now. Thanks to Dartfish, Classic Clashes, and Great Southern Fuels, and we'll see you back for the start of the second half.
Here we go, Wayne, just about go back in, and the boys are just making their way out to the positions. We're looking for a fair bit, no doubt Jack Crollers would have give Lake Grace a bit of a spray there, I reckon. This is a tough clash, and Lake Grace just really need to go in a bit harder. They need to get their head over it a bit more. They need to start winning the contested possession. I think they've won the majority of their ruck knocks here today with young Tribb and Davey, but they cannot seem to get a clearance, and Ongerup all over them. If they don't do something seriously quick, this game could blow out of control real early, Wayne.
Umpire holds the ball aloft, and there goes the siren. Yeah, Lake Grace need to try and get the game back onto their terms. Up go the rucks. Davey just gets a bit of it, but falls into Jewe's lap, and he runs forward and high up and under into Ongerup's half-forward line. There's a
Smith comes there. Through, laps up on the tail of it, misses again. That's what's been hurting them all day. Ongerup pick up again.
Hemley grabs it and got the handball away. Hodgson nearly picked it up. He looks just a little bit worse for wear there. Umpire's going to call the ball up, but I think he'll slowly get to his feet.
A couple of sore players pick themselves up there. That was a hard contest there, Wayne. That's what we like to see in country football. They just called her up. Looks like we got a bit of an injury.
It's a blood rule, I think. I think he just accidentally copped one in the head as he was going to ground, and just making his way off now. Blood rule can be immediately replaced. So on comes Deacon Morton. So we've got they must be brothers. We've got Bodine and Deacon playing today. And Rowan Hodgson is slowly making his way off. I think it was just accidental fire there. There's no malice intended.
He just happened to be at the bottom, and a couple of players come in hard on top, and I'd say he's just got crushed into the ground there with his nose. It's so
the umpire's just waiting for Hodgson to slowly make his way off, as there's a bit of claret coming from his nose, so hopefully he'll get taped up, and we'll see him back on again later in the day.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, yep, we can see the claret from here. So Hodgson finally gets off the ground. Umpire throws the ball aloft. Lake Grace get a good run at that, but it's straight down into a contest, and the umpire's going to have another go.
Yeah, Davey's been good in the ruck. He goes again, but this time he loses it. It's on the House. House fires on his left boot.
That's out to Gaze.
Gaze goes in. But it's Lake Grace who are trying to mop up. It's a hard contested ball here. In goes Joyce. Handball back. Across it goes, but Ongerup's intercepted as a House who snaps.
Davis.
That was a great intercept, and he goes in a little banana from about 15 metres out and puts it straight through, and that is not what Lake Grace needed. It now goes to Ongerup, 10 goals, 11. 9 goals, 11. Is it 9 goals, 11, 65 to 4 goals, 2, 26? That is not what Lake Grace needed early in this quarter. Ongerup just kicked one down the far end. We haven't seen many goals kicked down this end, Wayne, and that was a valuable one from Ongerup.
Lewis Davis was just prowling like a big panther there, waiting for an opportunity, and he seized it. And it wasn't the prettiest of kicks, but he just snuck it in for a goal.
It's just that pressure Ongerup been bringing it away, Wayne. They were trying to handball it out of there, but the pressure came, the handball wasn't good, and it was just intercepted. So up the rucks go again. It's Phillips and Davey again. That's a non-contest, and Ongerup again go in and kick it out.
Morton gets it out to
beautiful clearance.
To Hemley on the half-back line, and he just assesses his options. He wants to go down that wing. Kicks up to the lead to Harry Milne. I think we've got there. Yeah, no, Deacon Morton. So fresh on the ground. Comes across to... just lost the name there, but Ongerup's Webber's going to go through straight down the middle. Kicks it off to Davis. Gets the handball back, shows a bit of candy himself, kicks into the hot spot, well grabbed by Matt Crichton, who then slips, gets a handball out, and Lake Grace come in and mop up, but there's a lot of pressure there from Fraser House.
That's a heavy tackle. I think he might be done for the sling tackle there. That was a very heavy tackle.
No, Ongerup were calling for ball, but he was thrown into the deck way too hard.
Yeah, he probably had him ball there. He just happened to throw that motion that the umpires don't like it, and young Giles has got a kick. He kicks out wide to McGlynn. McGlynn marks. He's on the half-back flank.
Yes, that second action, Damo, that they don't like nowadays.
It certainly is. McGlynn looks down the line. He kicks long. It's a mismatched contest there.
Davis just got edged
Yeah.
under it, and the ball came out the back and rolls over right on a true wing position, right in front of our commentary box, thanks to Dartfish, Classic Clashes, and Great Southern Fuels.
It looks like they've put young Louis Grard out onto Davis. Davis is playing off half back there, is he now? And he just put a little quick fella on him just to try slow him down a bit.
Davis wasn't quite ready for that, but it comes back to him a second time, but then he gives it off to Lake Grace, who kicks forward into their forward pocket.
Harris kicks on, Crothers comes out, gets a terrible bounce, and it's Bluey. Bluey Caldwell comes out, kicks long down the line, and here's Crichton again. Big grab, but just can't hold it. There's something off the ball there. It must have been very late because we did not see it.
I think
not sure
they've called
what's
it back.
going on.
They've called it back for a throw-in.
Oh, it's a throw-in,
I think Lake Grace were appealing for a throw-in, and Bluey Caldwell was having none of it, but the officials have adjudicated, and now back it comes.
Might have got away with one there, Wayne. I didn't notice that going out, that ball, but obviously did.
I think a spectator might have had a bit of input in that decision there, but in comes the ball. And we've got Phillips and Davey going at it again, and there's big numbers around the ball on Lake Grace's half-forward flank, but Gnowangerup are putting an awful amount of pressure on there. Someone tries just to kick it out, and it spills out to Tim House, who's ducking and weaving, and then kicks it straight to Davey.
Davey, he's being solid today, Trevin. He's tried his heart out for the team.
He's not even looking at the goals. He's 55 metres out.
Off to the pocket, and here comes Bambling. Oh, and I tell you what, he'd be very lucky not to get away with that in a full air. What's the umpire going to call it? He calls it out in a full, as it should have been. Probably just below the knee where it hit him when he went to try mark it and just goes out. So it looks like Bluey Caldwell out to take the kick in.
Yes. Wastes no time once he gets the ball. He trots forward his full measure, kicks it to the half-back flank, and that's a big mark by Lewis Davis. The big guys don't get any shorter as the game goes on.
No, they don't, especially on a day like this.
Davis kicks down the wing. Matt Crichton jumps, doesn't quite make it. Connor Smallwood roves. Great bit of roving from the big fella. Just hacks it forward into an open forward line. It's now a foot race, one-on-one.
Yeah. And Prater done very well there. He knew he was done with foot speed, so he just shoved his opponent out the way. Joyce goes in, probably got one high, but gets away with it, and in it goes now, and that's a solid contest. Ongerup wrap it up, about 55 out from their goal.
Umpire, he's going to back out towards the clubhouse. He puts the ball aloft now. Davey likes running and jumping at it, and he did get first touch, but Dewar was roving.
Oh, he might have just thrown it.
Yep, he just indisposed of it correctly, and now Lake Grace get the free on their true centre half back position.
So it's young Louis Garrard. He'll bring it out to the wing. Pumps it as long as he can. Once again, there's that mismatch in height, but McGlynn does very well. He runs on it, tries to pick it up. He's probably held it out. He's lucky not to get one there, but Ongerup pull him off the ball and run out, Wayne.
Webber runs straight through the middle, chips one up through the middle. It arrives on the bounce to Morton, who handballs back to his brother. So we don't need to worry about who that is because they both had one touch each. And now Ongerup, Harry Milne just spills it. Lake Grace try to hack it forward as he's tackled, and James Dewar comes in on the spilt ball, kicks it forward to the far half forward flank. There's Fraser House, a little bit of body work, but there was a 3-on-1, so he just loses control. But there's Phillips there to mop it up, and he spears a kick inside into the hot spot. And Matt Crichton is tracking the ball, can't quite find the handle, but he gets it on the boot, and that's a goal.
Yes, and that's well deserved by that young Matty Crichton. He has been electric down there in the forward line today, Wayne. I think he's been exceptional. He's come down onto the wing, he's got some kicks, and he's also pushed forward deep. He's playing as a deep forward, and he has looked very dangerous. And
Lewis Davis is causing Lake Grace a few headaches. He's starting in the centre and then pushing forward and getting a fair bit of the ball this quarter. They're going to have to try and shut Gnowangerup. Lake Grace are going to have to shut Gnowangerup's engine room down if they've got any chance of getting back into this game, which is now Gnowangerup is 10-11-71 to Lake Grace, who have stalled a bit, 4-2-26. But we're seeing an excellent quality of game of football here.
Lake Grace probably need to find a bit of balance here. They'll probably look to come back to Lewis Garrard, will they? They go forward, and that's when Gnowangerup have the numbers. There's Dewar, there's Joyce. Joyce gets it out of the middle. Joyce kicks forward now, down to target of Bambling. Bambling comes out. Lake Grace kind of got a bit lost there. They both pulled out. Gnowangerup kick their way out of the back line again. And here's Davis again, the man you talked about. In he goes, trying to take on two Lake Grace players. But it's Davey who wins out. In goes Gnowangerup again. Jack Crullers takes the ball on front on, but he gets thrown out the way. In goes Phillips. Phillips goes in hard. It's Dewar and Davey. Davey wins again. He's been solid. Out to Moore. Moore on to Crullers. Crullers just whips it around. And it's Gnowangerup player's done very well, but he's been tackled by McGlynn. And McGlynn's got a hold in the ball about 70 out from his goal. Lake Grace desperate to try and find a goal here. It is a flower bag of a kick. Harris is there, but it's going to run across the line. Wasn't quite what he's looking for. Harris looks for the free. There's no kick there, Harry, I can guarantee.
So the ball's going to get thrown in just near Lake Grace's right behind post. That was a hot contest at the top of the 50. Tim House did great work picking the ball up, but then he was immediately tackled and dropped the ball as he was trying to get rid of it. So the ball comes in now in Lake Grace's forward line.
House and Bambling go up. In goes Harris. In goes Gnowangerup player, and Dewar is it again. He's been really good at the start of this quarter as Dewar. He's really starting to get a lot of the ball. And it's another ball up. So House and Bambling again. House wins this contest, tries to get his kick out. Rush forward kick by Gnowangerup. Davies into it. In comes Holmes. Holmes gets his handball out. There's Garrard. It looks like the boundary won. No, they're playing on. There's no boundary ump. They try to sneak one. It probably could have been a goal, but that was definitely over the line. And it's coming back for a throw-in around the 50-metre mark. Lake Grace thought they might be able to get a little sneaky one in there. Wayne, but
we do have a throw in. Lewis Davis copped the ball at high velocity from only a metre away, and he was on all bent over, but he's back into it now. He tries to smother that kick, which might not have been the smartest move, and Tim House is down in the last line of defence and takes a good mark with his trusty lieutenant.
Goes short of Dewar. He's been red hot this quarter. Hangs on to a good mark.
That was a finger tipper. Dewar pushes back hard, looking for options forward. He's a very good deliverer of the ball. Davis drops what he should have caught. He's Morton just hacks the ball forward, but it's comes off the side of the boot and it's gone out on the full in the true centre wing position right in front of our commentary box.
So it's the captain, Boone Smith. He'll kick from the wing. They've got Lake Grace. Need to find something really quick. They're looking around. There's not too many options. So he kicks long to about the 40. There's Big Smith under it. He gets a hand on it. Bounces out. Here's Crullers. They need one desperately. Harry Regan onto it, back to Crullers, kicks across. He's just missed him. The player and Watson, and once again, Ongerup lap up there.
Milne picks it up and dishes off to Hemley, who had time but was suddenly under a lot of pressure. But he hacks a kick forward up to the Ongerup's halfback flank, and there's an errant boot there that gives Deacon Morton a free kick, and he goes wider out towards the boundary line, towards Webber, but the kick was offline and has gone out on the full, and Lake Grace are going to be kicking forward from their far half forward line.
Luke Moore's got the ball. We need players like Lake Grace, need players like Luke Moore to stand up, and there's House. Intercepts McGlynn. Another big, strong grab. He's been outstanding this game.
House puts his hand up to shield his eyes from the sun, looking for his options, and again, Ongerup are very intent on going down the far wing. He gets called to play on now, but he doesn't rush. Now he kicks forward long to the true centre wing position. Ball in a contest hits the deck, and there's a big contest there with about 6 players going to ground, and the umpire goes in and says, "I'll have it please," and we'll reset. Umpire just wipes the ball on the turf, so between the gardener and what's fallen from the sky, there's a bit of moisture in the deck. Up goes the ball again. Davis gets the ball again. He thought about kicking, but in the end, handball's out to Morton.
Joyce got one there.
I think Morton got done for dropping the ball.
Just incorrect disposal. So Joyce goes into Crullers. Crullers just can't hold it with his fingertips. Comes back out. There's Joyce laying the pressure again. He goes in hard. He's trying to lift his side. Out goes Taylor. Taylor kicks into the forward line. Who's this? Regan Harris comes in. Here comes Holmes. Is he giving away a free on Bluey? No, it's gone to him. It's gone. It must have been a little bit of holding by Bluey on Harry Regan, and he'll have a shot, and this is it. Lake Grace desperately need this, to say the least, here, Wayne, and he's going to have a shot from about 45 out in a 45-degree angle, and Lake Grace really needs this goal to go through if they're any chance of making their way back into this game.
It was definitely holding the man, and it nearly could have been Lake Grace's advantage, but the umpire called it back, and now Regan's walking in, and like you said, Lake Grace definitely need this one. Interesting run up, kicking the heels up. He's shaping that ball quite nicely.
I think he's got it. That's a beautiful goal. That's a beautiful goal, and he goes back and gives Bluey a shove and says, "Thank you, mate, I'll take that."
That was a great shot at goal. He shaped it beautifully with the wind. So that brings the score now to Gnowangerup 10-11-71. And Lake Grace with that much needed goal are now 5-2-32.
Just a couple of good things by Joyce through the middle there. There was a couple of hard tackles he done when Gnowangerup had the ball, just to turn it over, and that's what you need when you're down. You need those big tackles. You need to turn the ball over. You need to start getting right into the game, and Joyce just helped his team out there and resulted in a much needed goal for Lake Grace.
And in the last 5 minutes, Lake Grace have shut Lewis Davis down. Looks like he might be getting a tag now.
They've seen Luke Moore, and that's a good move by Bodie Clifton there doing the board work. Joyce goes through, can't quite get it. Dewar goes in, there's Moore. They're going in hard. There goes Phillips. He gets taken, and it'll be a ball up again. This game's just starting to really heat up here now, Wayne. This is fantastic to watch.
Phillips tried to knock it forward, and it bounced back to him, and he got picked out in a tackle. There's the ball. Cody Harris couldn't quite get his hands on it, and the ball goes to ground, and once again the umpire says, "I'll have it, please." We've got about... each team has about 6 people around the ball in this contest, just right near the centre of the ground.
Joyce gets it again. There's that man Moore, but his handball is errant. In goes Davis. Davis kicks long into the forward line for Gnowangerup.
Tyler Caldwell got a kick away, but it was smothered.
By Boone Smith, out he comes. He's got the player in Prater. There's 2 on 1. Surely they can win this one. Prater overruns it. Hard back in goes Watson, but he's wrapped up. Just a shock and bounce Prater got down, and he just couldn't quite gather. And now it's a ball up, just for Gnowangerup side of centre wing.
2 Gnowangerup people decided they needed to lay the tackle there. And we've got Phillips and Smith going at it. Smith managed to get that out the back.
Young Lewis Grard goes forward. Crothers flies at it. McGlynn overruns it. And back he goes again. There's that man again. In-house. He's just getting plenty of it. Side steps Crothers. Kicks on. That's a beautiful little kick there. And he hits up Cody Harris, is it there, Wade? Yeah,
good little lead up from Cody. Definitely for such a man of short stature, he gives it his all. That's a little kick that's probably too small. The umpire paid the mark.
Paid the mark. It wouldn't have mattered. He was hard into his back there, Watson.
If that was a slips catch, I don't think it would have been out. Anyway, Hemley's gone back. He's now kicking further past the centre wing into Gnowangerup's half forward line. Lake Grace attack the ball and just knock it over the boundary line for another boundary throw in.
Captain Smith there just getting in front, couldn't quite hold the mark, and it just bottles over for another boundary throw in on the far side. I tell you what, Tim House is really marking his name on this game, isn't he, Wayne? He seems to be cutting everything up and growing with confidence.
He just knows when to stand on his man and when there's a chance to run off and cut the ball off. As the ball gets handballed out to Hemley. Hemley gets dragged down just after he handballed it, but the umpire doesn't see it that way, and the ball rolls out for another boundary throw in. So we're just waiting for the reset. We've got Michael Long back on the field against Smith. Ball comes in, they're both at it. Smith gets it down.
Joyce kicks on, up to Crothers' direction again, and that's a big, solid knock over the line by Ongerup, and that'll be a boundary throw in now, about 65 out from the Lake Grace goal on the far side. Lake Grace are just slowly starting to ease their way back into this game. They're slowly starting to do the things that get us in a game like this. They just need to get a couple more goals on the board. I tell you what, if you can get another 2 goals, this will be an exciting game.
Absolutely, another 2 or 3 goals before 3/4 time. Gnowangerup seem quite happy to have the play out on the far wing, which makes it harder for Lake Grace to score. That's a great throw in by the boundary umpire, beautiful and high. Who's tracking it back? It's Alex Hemley again. He's had a fair bit of the ball in the last 5 minutes, but he kicks it forward a bit too hurriedly, and it's gone out on the full. So Lake Grace, just forward to centre wing, will be bringing it back into their forward line.
That perceived pressure that Lake Grace has been feeling for the first half, the footy is slowly starting to turn. It's those hard tackles, it's that pressure game that's slowly working their way back in, and there's a few kicks like that will turn around, Wade. When you get a bit of pressure, when there's no pressure there, they'll feel it, and it'll cause a few mistakes like that. So Joyce comes in, that's a beautiful kick up to Moore. Moore's got it about 55 out from goal. He now looks in. It's a bit of a wobbly old kick going in. Gnowangerup laps up again.
That's Hemley again with the ball, and this time he kicks, and in taking the mark, Connor Smallwood manages to clean up his teammate in Will Gaze. Connor assesses the options and he kicks more into the centre of the ground. Cody Harris makes a contest, and there's Ryan Hodgson back on after going off for that blood rule. Kicks to Matt Crichton, who just taps it forward to Lewis Davis. Nongurup's got lots of numbers here. Tyler Caldwell takes the mark, and he tries to dish out a huge handball. Fraser House under a bit of pressure, but he has time to get the ball through for a goal.
Oh, that was just beautiful run through there by Gnowangerup. They got the players forward of the ball. House knew what was going on. He just ran straight at the goals and said, "Thank you very much. I'll take that easy goal. That's my second for the day." There's Gnowangerup moved to 11 goals, 11.77 to Lake Grace Pingrup 5 goals too. And just as we thought Lake Grace were coming, Wayne, all of a sudden Gnowangerup just kicked one against the flow to move the margin out to a nice healthy margin of about 7 goals.
Ongerup were quite happy to slow the game down over on the far side of the ground, but then suddenly they saw an opportunity through the centre, and they had numbers pushing forward, and they made the most of it with another major. Ball's back in the centre now. We've got Long, whose fitness must be getting better with every run, up against Smith. Smith punches it forward, but Hodgson is tracking the ball. He still follows it for about 10 metres, picks up his own ball, handballs forward. I think he thought he was going to get it again and have a kick, but now he's run out of puff.
Young Gerard with his pace laps up through the middle, but it's another shocking kick by Lake Grace going forward. House flies at it, nearly a great grab. Young Holmes picks up, he's dismissed. Had the ball taken off him. In goes Moore, in goes Gerard. Gnowangerup come out with it. They've been solid all day. Here's Tim House again. Handballs it out.
Morton was to Tim House, to Hodgson, to Long, back to Hodgson. Hodgson kicks inside 50, but the ball doesn't quite hit its target, and there's Mitchell Smith attacking the ball, and he manages to get his hands on it, and Lake Grace now have the ball on their half-back line to Prater.
Prater's sweeping left boot of his. Kicks down. That's nearly a great grab by Joyce. Can't quite hang on to it. And that's a solid tackle as Watson goes down. This game's certainly picked up a notch here in the last couple of minutes. Both sides going in hard. They can sense it. Gnowangerup's trying to peel away the margin further. Lake Grace are trying to dig their way back into it, Wayne.
Yes, time is becoming Lake Grace's enemy, and they really need a big effort now. Long grabs it out of the ruck and handballs, but there's a lot of pressure there, and then Long goes in and lays a huge tackle, but there was no prior, so the umpire's going to ball it up again. When you get tackled by Michael Long, you definitely feel it. Ball goes up, Michael Long hits the deck, and I just about heard the earthquake from here, and the ball spills out over the boundary line, and we're going to have a throw in.
Yeah, he looks like he's had a big pre-season there, Wayne. I have no doubt he was hard at it in the pre-season.
He's hard at it every season, and and the umpire didn't like that throw in, and it was too much to Gnowangerup's advantage, and we and rightly so. We're going to have another attempt. The boundary umpires just struggle with the throw in a bit now and again, but here we go. That's much better. Davey gets his fist to it first. Lake Grace hit the ball with pace.
Crothers comes in, handballs it out. It's Harris Regan. Gathers onto Joyce. Joyce onto a left foot. This will be he pushed it right out. It was a tough goal on the left, running away from goal. Joyce has tried to bend it back. He couldn't bend it back enough, and he has got no score at all by the looks. It's gone out of bounds on the full. He
didn't really have any other option. There wasn't much forward. I think he had to go for that one, and it would have been a great goal if it came off. Bluey Caldwell's just pushing across to our pocket as Braden Webber's got the kick-in duties after that out on the full, and he's going to continue with Gnowangerup's theme of going down that far wing. But it's picked off by Lake Grace.
It's a great intercept, Mark.
Just
here comes
forward.
Crothers. Oh, he's been held. He's marked it. I don't think it matters. And here's the coach in Crothers, Jack Crothers. I'll tell you what, Wayne, he has a beautiful kick, but this will push the best of him. He's going to kick from about 52 metres. He's just left of centre of goal. It will take his best kick to get this one. But I tell you what, his team desperately need it.
If he just starts it out right, the shape of his kick and the wind will just help him get that extra distance and get it in. Let's see how he goes. They
Kicks
really
from
need
about
this.
49. The ball's on its way. It doesn't look too bad. It's gone straight through the middle by Crothers, and boy did his team need that. They desperately needed it. So on the Gnowangerup Fuel Supply scoreboard. It's 11-11 Gnowangerup, 77 to Lake Grace 5 goals to 32.
Yeah, that was a great shot on goal, and Lake Grace definitely needed that. We're witnessing a very skillful game of
6 goals to, yeah.
footy Damo. Every time the ball comes out, both teams are linking up very well with handball, but Gnowangerup just seem to be doing it more often.
It feels like a couple of late goals there to Lake Grace, and you never know, but they, like you say, time's definitely against them now, Wayne. Back into the centre, and it's Davey. Up he goes, straight over top. He tries to gather his own ball. Lewis Garrard mops up, kicks in. This looks better. Here comes Bambling, hits him up, lace out. Bambling goes back. Who's on? That's a really good what forwards do best. They pretend they're finding the lead and then they just go bang at the goals. And he kicks long at the goals. He's given it a fair shot and it just fades to the right. There's probably a couple of leads on he could have hit up. Probably Luke Moore straight out. He probably should have tried to find him, but he went to kick himself and it just pushed to the right.
Yeah, Luke Moore was suddenly all on his own with no one around him for 20 metres, but he just missed that opportunity, and then Tim House shut it down quite quickly. House has now got the kicking duties. Once again, he goes out with a short chip and he makes Davis work for it, but he's a very safe pair of hands, and he takes the mark just inside the defensive 50. He chips forward to a lead up from Matt Crichton, who's moved up a long way from Gnowangerup's goal, and he chips forward to a contest, and the ball just beats Harry Milne out of bounds for a throw-in. Ball gets hurled in. We've got Long and Davey at it.
Done well to use his body there, Long.
And he tries to get it on the ball. It spills out. There's Lewis Davis, very constructive with his handball. It's kicked forward by Gnowangerup into the front of Hodgson, who tracks it forward.
Hodgson's been very good this game.
Taps it to himself. Now he does a little kick to the advantage of Harry Milne. And that was great play by Rowan. He's so aggressive at the football, and he just kept it in front of him with a deft little tap, and then a nice kick to Harry Milne, who's going to kick from about 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Hodgson's had a tough game here. He come out with claret hanging out his face. He's gone back on. He's got hard into it again, and he's just set his teammate up there, and he kicks now. Oh, the kick looks true. That's a beautiful kick on goal, and there's another one, Gnowangerup. It's 12-12, 11-83 to Lake Grace Pingrup, 6-3-39, and this game is really getting out of hand for Lake Grace now, Wayne.
Yeah, that Gnowangerup just get these little bursts of play that then they're able to finish them off well.
They're a lot cleaner and a lot faster moving forward. When they move forward, it's easy for the forwards. Lake Grace have been a little bit messy with the ball when they move forward, and it always looks cluttered by the time they get down there, Wayne.
Yep. So we've got Phillips, Davis, Morton, and Dewar in the middle for Gnowangerup. Up goes the ball. Davey gets clean hands on that. Lake Grace attack the ball. Handball comes out to Davey, and
Davey kicks on to Moore, who's well spoiled back there. Out come Gnowangerup again. That half-back line has been solid. Watson chases him down, and that's a great chase down tackle. And Lewis Garrard goes in, and that'll end us off. And that was a pretty even quarter, that one, Wayne. Gnowangerup continue their ascendancy in the game, but they're up by about seven goals now. It's 12 goals, 11-83 to 6 goals, 3-39.
Yeah, it was another good standard of football, and Ongerup were just a little bit better in the crucial moments to maintain or even increase their ascendancy. There was maybe just a little bit of push and shove just after the siren, but both teams split up now and head to their respective huddles.
It's been a very physical game, this one, Wayne, and whenever there's physical games, there always seems to be a few spot fires going around the place. But you wouldn't expect anything less with these sides facing each other. Gnowangerup will be dirty. They lost that grand final last year, and they'll be dirty their first game at Gnowangerup. But boy, have they come here to play. They've sent a message to Lake Grace Pingrup Football Club that, you know, they are still well within that grand final this year, is well within their grasp, and this is a clash between two of the better sides in the comp.
Absolutely. So we'll go to a break now for Dartfish Classic clashes and Great Southern Fuels on this Filman Footy League football game between Gnowangerup and Lake Grace Pingrup at Gnowangerup, and we'll see you back for the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to the film and footy league football match between Gnowangerup and OFA match between Gnowangerup and Lake Grace Pingrup at Gnowangerup. We're just getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter as the last of the spectators make their way off the ground, and we have Gnowangerup 12-11-83 to Lake Grace 6-3-39. That's a lead of 44 points. It's a big mountain for Lake Grace to climb to get back into this one, Damo.
Yeah, it certainly is. And here we go. Can they try bringing it now? Up goes Davies, but he's beaten well. Joyce gets it, handballs back. There's Harry Regan, goes in hard, but he's tackled hard by Dewar, and it'll be another ball up. Up they go again. Trevin Davey gets over top, can't quite get it. Phillips comes out the back with it. Regan goes in, he gets his handball out. What's going on here?
I think umpire called a high tackle.
Yes, Harry Regan gets when he plays on quick. He sees Gerard at the back. Louis Gerard gets it. Looks like he's got Holmes if he lowers the eyes, but he elects to go long. Kicks it long. Big Smith's been moved forward. What can he do? He just goes over top of him. Here they come. Bit of pressure. Looks like it's landed on Bambling's foot. No, it's a point.
Well, he put his hands on his head. I think it did land on his foot, but it dribbled through for a behind instead of a goal. That was very close. Kick out by House to Lewis Davis. Those two work together so often. Rowan Hodgson does a small lead, but doubles back. Davis just chips it forward to James Dewar, who leads up on Gnowangerup's half-back flank, coming down the clubhouse side.
All three of them being very good today, Wayne.
Absolutely, there's been some good movers for Gnowangerup. Phillips and Davey go at it. Ball spills to the deck and no, it comes out. Phillips just hacks a kick forward towards Milne, but it's picked up there.
By Taylor misses his boot altogether. Now he gets the handball out on the Davies. They're under enormous pressure. It's Joyce over his shoulder, but it's all Gnowangerup. Fraser just drops when he should have taken. In they come, but out goes Gnowangerup again off that half-back line, which has been really impressive today.
Through Seamus hits it, kicks straight to the centre to Cody Harris. Tim House is out wider, but he ignores him and goes straight down the middle to Rowan Hodgson.
There's that man again. He's been exceptional.
Just a little bit too quick for Davey. There was a bit of a mismatch there, and Hodgson goes straight to Milne, Harry Milne, who's found himself all on his own, about 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle on the clubhouse side. Forward pocket. He kicked a beautiful goal.
He did.
From a set shot just at the other end, and this is really a very similar angle. So
just about to mention that, Wayne. He kicked that one so flush you'd expect him to get this one too from 45 out. In he comes. We're directly behind him. He kicks long and looks, another beautiful kick. He has absolutely flushed that one through the middle, and that's another goal to Gnowangerup. 13 goals, 11-87 to Lake Grace Pingrup. 6 goals, 440. And that is not the start Lake Grace Pingrup wanted, but it's certainly the start Gnowangerup wanted, Wayne. Yes,
that's correct, Damo. Gnowangerup definitely have some guys that enjoy a set shot in Connor Smallwood and Harry Milne, and that's great kicking by Harry. There was going a lot of pressure from both teams, but just when the ball comes out, Gnowangerup just seem a bit quicker with the handball and then moving the ball forward.
So it's Big Marley, Phillips and Trevin Davey at it again. It's been a good contest between these two. It's just Davey over top, knocks it Lake Grace's way. Onto it goes Sheldon Taylor. Onto it Louis Gerard. He kicks long into the forward line. It was a great pickup, and guess who's there? Him again, Tim House just laps it up again. Drives it out of there, Wayne. Kicks long down to Phillips. Phillips marks on the nearly centre wing. Cross now to Davis. Davis has been great all day too. Takes a bounce. Kicks it, just chips it over, finds a player there. Is that Crichton again?
Yes, it is. The game just opened up there. Lewis Davis looked like it was hardly moving, but they just could not catch him. Crichton chips it in, but it ball hits the deck.
Cut off by Joyce, on the Holmes, back to Joyce. And Joyce picks up about 3 touches in there and kicks it out short one to Davey. Davey looks on. Trevin Davey kicks out to the wing. Who's he got here? It looks like the Sarge. It looks like Wade Bambling. Back on to Taylor. Taylor picks up, gets his head over, he's pulled off the ball, he can't get a hand on it, and in goes McGlynn, gives a solid tackle, and it'll be a ball up.
Interesting decision by the umpire to let play go on there, but it's ended up that he's got to put his hands on it and throw it up anyway. Bucks go at it again. Davey got the better of it, and he just tries to poke it forward, but it didn't quite work out, and now the ball comes into Lake Grace's hands.
Young Louis Garrard goes again. Luke Moore's in there again. He's dispossessed. And he's being done for... Oh, he's got a free kick. I thought that could have gone either way, actually.
Held without it.
Held without it. He got rid of it, but did he get rid of it the right way? Thornton gets it now, onto his left. Kicks long down to Tyson Prater. It's a one-on-one battle. It's a strong battle. Both at it, hitting each other hard. That's what you want to see in country footy. And across goes House, across the Fraser House, across the boundary line to be another throw-in. Bit slippery down in that corner. I tell you what, those boys were hard at it. Who was it? Timmy House,
Tim
was
House
it?
and
Tyson Prater. Great contest.
You wouldn't expect anything less from those two.
No, you wouldn't. I'll tell you what, Timmy's looking a bit ginger walking back there. It was a pretty hard contest.
Oh, I think you'll find he always walks like that, don't I? But ball comes in, and 50-50 between Davey and Phillips. That's been a fantastic contest in the ruck. They've both had good moments. Ball comes to Davis and he hacks it forward. Smallwood leads up and then takes a good contested mark. Wheels around, kicks on his right, and Gnowangerup's pushing numbers forward. There's a 2-on-1.
Got him over
Will
the
it
back.
sit for Harry Milne? It does. He does a big handball to Matt Crichton. Matt Crichton runs his full distance in the goal and dribbles it through from the goal line for another goal for Ongerup.
Yeah, that was just beautiful play there, Wayne. They caught Lake Grace napping. They got out the back. And not only one of them got out the back, they both got out the back, used each other. It was very unselfish. The way he's been kicking, he could easily kick that one through himself, but he just handballed over. And young Matty Crichton, who's also had a great game today, he just ran into the open goal. And that would, I know we're early into this last quarter, but that would be just about a sealer at 14-11-95 to 6-4-40. It seems all but over for Lake Grace, but they do not want to drop their heads now.
I think we're very close to shut the gate in this Film and Footy League match between Gnowangerup and Lake Grace. As the ball goes up again, we've got Phillips in there, but ball comes out to James Dewar on the run, kicks it forward. It drifts past Matt Crichton and falls in the hands of Lake Grace.
So it's Smith with a beautiful kick up the ground to Holmes and just hits him lace out. I mean, lacking a bit of that today, and then once again, a poor kick from Lake Grace, and Marley Phillips just runs back and cuts it off. He'll look to switch across now.
Umpire calls play on. That wasn't 15, but that was never the intention to stop. Webber kicks it across the ground to Alex Hemley, onto Bluey Caldwell on the run, who kicks it forward to a one-on-one, and that's a good spoil there.
Young Cody Giles just cuts across. It's been tough for the Lake Grace backs down there, but he just cut across there in front of Connor Smallwood and knocked the ball across the boundary.
Boundaries are just waiting for the rucks to nominate. We've actually got Fraser House in the ruck against Davey, and he gets all of that ball and hacks it forward to a one-on-one. There's big push and shove.
Couldn't, could you? I tell you what, he has gathered that Fraser House out the ruck by himself, just smashes it onto his right boot, and it just floats across for an incredible goal. And I tell you what, we're just starting to see what we've been missing for the last 2 years with him not being out there, aren't we? He just gathered the confidence. You know, when you come back from 2 ACLs, it's very hard to play football at all. He'd be lacking confidence. He's found the confidence to put himself into the ruck. And I tell you what, that's a contender for goal of the day right there, Wayne.
Well, yes, welcome back Fraser House after 2 years off, and he's just come off for a well-deserved rest. He was grinning like a Cheshire cat, and that's definitely a contender for the goal of the day. Ball's back in the centre and thrown up, and we've got Phillips, and again Davis comes out of the centre and delivers it lace out to Matt Crichton, who's marked it 40 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
Davis has really put his stamp on this game, and he's been very clean with the football and given the forwards a lot of look. He's been back, he's helped out back, and his ball use is exceptional, Wayne. He just seems to find players wherever he gets it, whether it's a handball or a kick, he seems to find the right option to deliver properly.
And he just reads the play well and covers the ground so well. He is one of the best country footballers going around.
See, here's Crichton from 48, sends the ball on its way. It looks pretty good. Just to the right, just misses. He's had a great afternoon as well. He's presented well. So Thornton will take the kick out duties this time for Lake Grace Pingrup. He comes out with his left boot, tries to drive it out of there as far as he can, and that is not a pretty looking kick. Dewar goes in, drops what he should have taken, and that's going to be a ball up. Very lucky to get away with that one again there, Lake Grace, as Young Thornton comes out and just sent a flower bag down the line. Dewar dropped it, fortunately, for Lake Grace. Marley Phillips straight over top with a good knock.
Gnowangerup tracking the ball, trying to find the handle. Alex House grabs it but slips over. There's a fair bit of pressure in there. Rowan Hodgson comes in. But we're going to have a ball up right in front of the commentary box, only a couple of metres in from the boundary line. Ian Munchie Norris about to hurl the ball in the air. We've got Phillips and Curley going at it. Davis tries to grab the ball.
Out to Crullers, on to Moore. Here comes Sheldon Taylor. What can he do? Can't quite get there. In comes Holmes. He crashes in. Can he get a hands out? He's going to have to, I reckon. Gets it out. It's probably too late, and that's a good call by the umpire. He's done cold.
That's unfortunate. He attacked the ball well, but he just needed to get rid of it a little bit quicker. But it's picked off by...
Boone Smith across the half-back line. Mitchie Smith. Mitchie Smith, the captain for Lake Grace. Kicks wide. He's looking for Harry Regan. He picks up. He darts around. He tries to get around. It's great pressure up by the Gnowangerup player, which causes a turnover, and off Gnowangerup come. Try to take a bounce, but he fumbles. Kicks forward down into the forward line. And it's mopped up by Moore, who's gone back now. Onto Holmes. Holmes will just try slow this down. They'll try to get their breath back, get a few possessions under the belt. In he goes to Davey. He's been good, but it goes over top of him. In comes Fraser House. Fraser House picks up. Handball's out. Gnowangerup trying to get out of here, but there's still a lot of pressure. In goes Fraser House again. And I tell you what, that tested his knee, and it's good to see him stand up from that one.
Absolutely.
And up they come from a centre back for another throw up.
I think it was his good knee that was put under pressure that time, and he's bounced straight up, and he's into it again as the umpire's throwing the ball up near the cricket pitch. Both rucks go at it, and Fraser's House has grabbed the ball again, but we're going to have another ball up as the ball's held to him.
Yeah, country football, Wayne, you want to see the best players out there. Davey just hacks it out the ground, but it doesn't go too far as the player, and Hodgson is it. Gets it out and kicks it out wide to the wing. It's a foot race on. Luke Moore wins it. I tell you what, he runs across the line. That'll be the first foot race I reckon he's won in his life, and he's beat 3 Ongerup blokes, so he'd be pretty happy about that effort.
Well, he had a good start, but he had 3 guys tracking him down, and it made it look like the best, like he had no room to turn around in, and had a big smile on his face as he wandered across the line. So we've got a throw in. We've got Long and Smith at it. Long's got very good hands. Gets it to Lewis Davis. And you got to be brave. You
got to be brave head over it.
I'm not sure how we can describe.
No one wants to grab it. Frader comes in with a bump. They are so worn out. You can see it. Everyone is just blowing hard here late in the game. It's been a tough game for both teams.
Long was trying to deliver a hip and shoulder, but it's very hard to deliver a hip and shoulder when you're not moving forward. So, so now we've got Long and Smith at it again. 2 heavyweights. Ball comes out the back. Long gets a hand to it, but only as far as Lake Grace.
Harry Regan. Smith just tries to hack it out of the air. It might work. On runs Watson, but he drops it. Hodgson gets it again. He's been exceptional today. He just kicks out wide, and it's a mark taken there by the Gnowangerup player.
Hemley.
In Alex Hemley.
Good vision there by Hodgson to slow it down and get it to Hemley. Hemley just chips it up. Matt Crichton's near it, but he just gets edged out of this one.
Luke Moore takes a good mark, moves to the centre. He's got Joyce. It's in good hands here. He goes wide to Holmes. Holmes will look to run. He loves to run. He moves on now. Kicks Long down to the 50. Davey comes out, but it's a great spoil by Ongerup player. Hits it. And in go Lake Grace again. Smith, Holmes. Out it comes. Sheldon Taylor. Well, he's just a bit late there. Sheldon got the handball out, and Ongerup was just in his back, so he gets a free kick. He's just forward to centre on the Lake Grace side. He'll switch across to Smith. He's all on his own, but it's a terrible kick. He's lucky to get it to Smith, who took a good grab in the end. Prater's on here. Can he get the kick out to Prater? It's not quite going to get there, and it makes him work. Prater gets it. What can he do? Handball's back to Smith. Not the greatest handball. Smith tries to track it. Gets his head over it. Dives back on. That was very brave by Smith. Very good football, and creates the ball up.
Webber came in very hard there, but both players were going at the ball.
Yeah, very good contest by the 2 big boys there. Smith threw his head in front of it. Very brave. Up goes Smith. Smith and Long go at it. Long wins another one on Smith there. Out it comes to Joyce. Joyce kicks down. McGlynn comes at it. Can he keep it in? No, the boundary line beats them both. So Bluey Caldwell just trailing in behind there. You can see him breathing heavily. This has been a hard run game, a physical game there, Wayne.
And I think with that bit of rain we've had, the ground's a bit soft, so it would tire the legs out as the game goes on. Ball's getting spun in now. We've still got Long and Smith going at it. And there's a big contest there. Umpire's letting play go on.
But yeah, letting it go on. You just probably want to call it this late in the game because there's some sore boys out there. I don't think any of them really trying to get it out their way, and they were just praying on that whistle to blow. Up it goes. Long and Smith out again. This time Smith gets it. McGlynn just can't quite get a bottle on it. Out comes the sergeant. Bambling. He can't pick it up. Bluey Caldwell gets it out. There's Dewar. He's been good all day. Bluey Caldwell back, and they just run him across the line. So here it's just slow. You see the game slowing down. It's turned into a physical game, Wayne. Everyone's blowing hard. It's been a really good game of football.
Yeah, so on the Film and Footy League match between Gnowangerup and Lake Grace, we've got the ball getting thrown in now, and it's hacked backwards by Gnowangerup, picked up by Webber, who's looking to switch. He goes across to Hitzit, who then comes back the other way to House. House picks it up on the bounce and kicks forward. There's a contest there. Morton just spills what he probably wasn't expecting to come over the back towards him, and he's wrapped up for another throw up on the Lake Grace's half forward flank.
Up goes Smith and Long. Down it comes.
The umpire blew the whistle quickly that time.
I think he's seen a couple of sore boys at the bottom of that last pack. He's a bit quicker on the whistle this time. Doing a fantastic job here, umpires. That's a tough tackle again. What's he going to call this? And that's a great call. It's going to be another ball up. Just no prior opportunity there. He's just brought down by Bambling and a strong tackle. Smith and that fighting it again. Up they go. No one really wins it, but Gnowangerup player gets his hands out. Moore comes in, picks up, looks for someone to hand it off to. There's that man, Joyce. Comes back in. Oh, the Lake Grace player has just been taken there. He didn't know whether to go left or right, and in the end he was taken by Dewar. Dewar has been exceptional this game, I think, Wayne. One of the better players for Ongerup.
Yeah, Gnowangerup shared it around, picking the best players for both sides is going to be a little bit tough. Dewar just chips it forward to a lead up from Hodgson, takes the mark. Oh, he's hobbling a bit as he landed. He's now looking for options down the wing, but
Bluey Caldwell on the switch.
To Bluey Caldwell across to the other halfback flank. Bluey just chips up to a running James Dewar.
And that's great run by Dewar. He come from one halfback flank. He's in the wing now.
Well, he put Cody Harris under some pressure, but he knocks the ball forward to Will Gaze, but Prater picks up. And then it's chopped off by Tyler Caldwell, who spears a kick. What's that ball going to do? It's going to come to a stop. There's a foot race.
Thornton comes back, mops up for Lake Grace. Very lucky to get away with that after an errant handball. Kicks down, and it looks like
42.
Looks like Hunt. Looks like Hunt's got the ball. Hunt now looks wide. He goes across to Joyce. Joyce hold, chips it over top. He's got Prater. Just trying to slow this game down. Get a bit of control of the ball, the Lake Grace Pingrup side, who've been working their backsides off, just trying to nullify this powerful Gnowangerup side. In he goes to Watson. Oh, he's made to earn that. He's been just, Hodgson just give him a good one and said, if you're going to take a mark on me, mate, you're going to earn it.
Lake Grace players are appealing for 50, but the umpire's having none of that.
No, he knows what country football's about, and sometimes you've got to earn them. It was a good shove in the side. So Watson will look down. He's going to look long now. Hasn't got many options. Kicks down. Here's Crullers. It's a tough ball for him. Spoiled over back. In comes Joyce, who can't quite get there. Bambling goes in hard. And that's another solid contest, and this will be another ball up in pretty much the centre of the ground, Wayne.
Yes, yep. And we've still got... I'm really pleased with how Michael Long's managed to run the game out. It's exceeded my expectations. He goes up against Smith, but he grabs Smith this time in the ruck, and Smith gets a free kick.
Right, he just said it, he ran out of puff and just went for the grab when Smith got away. Here goes Holmes. He'll use his run. He loves to run. Kicks in long. He's got no one forward of the board. Bluey Caldwell mops up again back there. Handball over.
To Webber. Webber calls people to come to him, but there's not many there. Long gives Smith a little push. That was brilliant by Smith.
Very good from Smith, just to hold that ball up moving forward. Back they come, into the hands of Prater. He's got a couple in the middle. He elects to go to Moore. It's the Candy Man's got it. Where will he go? Kicks out to the captain and Smith. He takes a mark. There's a player further on if he wants it. He goes further now, deep into the forward line. Up the ball goes, and here's Crullers. Crullers will just lap this up. He's 45 out on a slight angle, Wayne. A little bit of respectability back onto the board for the Lake Grace back now. He just needs to go back and slot this one thing through for Lake Grace, because they've worked overtime to get this opportunity, he really needs to make the most of it.
Absolutely, it's really about managing percentage and limiting the damage now. So any goal will give Lake Grace a lot of confidence.
So here comes Crullers, generally a very good kick of the ball. Kicks on its way, he seems to have shanked it left. He just pulled on that kick too much, perhaps going for distance, I'm not sure, but he just pulled it to the left.
Commentator's curse, Damo.
It certainly was. So we moved to 15 goals, 12, 102 to 6 goals, 541. Gnowangerup well in control here, Wayne.
I don't think the scoreboard truly reflects how the game's gone, though. Both teams have definitely had good passages of play.
They certainly have. And Joyce just with a good bit of body work there, just got a good bit of body work, just pushed the bigger player out the way, took the mark, kicks it in, and found Harris, who then goes inboard to Prater. And Prater, I'm not going to say it. Norman. I don't want to put the hoodoo on it. A terrible kick is Prater. Terrible kick. I would not back him from here as he kicks from about 35 out, directly in front. And he kicks it. There's not much excitement from the Lake Grace at the moment. They know they're down. They know they're dusted. But they give a couple of slaps and Prater kicks a goal for the Lake Grace Pingrup. And that, on the Gnowangerup Fuel Supplies scoreboard, goes to 15 goals, 1,202 Gnowangerup, to Lake Grace 7 goals, 547.
Yeah, no, that was a good kick by Prater, and Gnowangerup have just taken the foot off the accelerator a little bit. It's hard to maintain pressure for a full 4 quarters against a team of the quality of Lake Grace. We've probably only got about 8 or 10 minutes to go. Let's see what both teams have got to run the game out. So Phillips goes up against Davey, as they have all day. Phillips gets clean hands to that, but Lake Grace are first to the ball, and immediately wrapped up for another ball up. Up goes the ball again. Davey wins this one. They seem to be going turnabout. Lake Grace are fighting hard for the ball.
Harris to Bambling. Bambling gets it out. That was a good clearance. He's got Prater. Prater's a left footer. He's on his left foot now. He hits up Crullers with a beautiful little chiseler. Crullers goes long. That's a lovely kick. There's 2 of them at it. They just about collide, but that's a beautiful mark by young Jai Holmes. And Jai Holmes will mark about 40 out, kick him from about 45. We've just seen Crullers kick from here. He's looking to pass it. It's obviously a tougher kick than what it looks with that little hint of a breeze from out there. He's kicking outside the 50, isn't he, Wayne? Can you see that 50 metre mark there?
It's a bit hard to see in the sun. I think he should back himself and go for it. That was a gutsy mark. He had a lot of traffic coming towards him, and he managed to take the mark and avoid the contact.
Kicks long. He might have gone the other side this time. Up goes McGlynn. I'll tell you what, we might get an opportunistic... Oh, McGlynn just misses it. Yeah, an opportunistic goal there.
Hacked out by Caldwell to Webber. Webber breaks the tackle, and then handballs. Gnowangerup's got numbers now going down the far half-back flank,
Just a bit easy there, wasn't it, Wayne? He just gave the strong arm and broke the tackle, and out come Gnowangerup again.
And Webber's come back with the ball. He followed up his own kick, and now he's racked up 3 possessions in 30 seconds, but his third handball, he gives it away back to Lake Grace.
Wade Bambling on the right. He's found a player. No, and that's the story of Lake Grace's day. Just errant kicks. Errant handballs have just cost them, but they've got a free kick here. Bluey's grabbed it.
That was a huge tackle on Bluey Caldwell, and he was...
yeah, it's probably a bit unlucky. He only just got it, and he was wrapped up. The umpires might be feeling a bit sorry for Lake Grace at the moment, but... it was
a lovely, strong tackle, but yes, he didn't have much prior, but umpires have done a fantastic job today.
So this is young McKay. He's been given his opportunity with a few injuries today for the Lake Grace. He's been all right when he's been out there, but this is a real opportunity. I think this will be his first league goal for Lake Grace here. So they might get around him if he kicks it, which he has. Yep, they're getting around him. That's his first goal for the Lake Grace Pingrup Club, and well deserved. You get your opportunities coming up from the Resies, you try to take them with both hands when you're coming into these strong league sides.
Yeah, well done. That was a great tackle, and he finished it off with a good shot on goal. Lake Grace are busy celebrating. The ball's come back to the centre very quick. I'm sure umpire Munchie will give him plenty of time to...
I don't want to get the name wrong there, so I'll just call him by the nickname which I'm known by as Sausage. So your sausage gets the sausage.
And Morton just comes off for Wyatt Paganoni, who's also playing his first league game for Gnowangerup.
Young Holmes for Louis Gerard and the Lake Grace side. Probably won both those young blokes out there with the run this late in the game. For the old fellas to be feeling it now.
Phillips gets the handball to Tyler Caldwell, who's having a little cameo in the middle of the ground, and he does a big kick forward. It's 2-on-1.
Smith done really well to beat the two Gnowangerup players. Comes to Thornton, back out to Smith, who runs out of the back line. Tries to kick out, but it's all Gnowangerup. He had absolutely nothing. And Dewar takes another one, does he? He's been exceptional today.
Pushes back hard off the mark. He's be about 70 metres out. Just does a little chip to 40.
Smallwood's on. Too easy. And he'll kick from 50 to 45 metres out, near on, directly in front. He just got a bit lost there, Thornton. Smallwood balked with his lead and then came again at the player and just drew a gap of about 10 metres. In the end, it was a beautiful little kick to him and just hit up the easy mark. So here he goes. He'll kick from about 50, I reckon, Wayne.
Yes.
This late in the game, it'll be a good kick to kick from there. They haven't managed to do it from the other end. Can Ongerup do it from this end? He kicks. He's got the distance. It's just cross to the right. So it was a nice kick for this late in the game by Smallwood.
Distance was never the question. It was just the accuracy. And yeah, he's got a very good routine. He does the same thing every time, but he just wasn't quite online then. Prater's in about 3 minds at the moment, deciding where to kick it out.
Out comes to Watson. That's probably the first decent lead I've seen all day coming out when they're kicking out, Wayne. They've just given them no options to kick out of there. Here comes Sausage. Goes over top of him into Bluey Caldwell. And he chips up to his brother. There we go, brother to brother. That's how you won it. That'll gain you a beer at the end of the night. Ethan cuts across. Bluey Caldwell, is it?
Tyler across to Harry Milne.
Across to Harry Milne.
Who's already in this half has had two very good set shots on goal. And there goes the siren. So we just wait now to see what Harry Milne can do with this final kick.
And he is kicked absolutely beautiful today. This would just be a feather in the cap for the Gnowangerup team today. He comes in 45 out there, directly in front. And that's his first miss for the day, I reckon, as he pushes it across. And it has been a dominant win by the Gnowangerup, sending a strong message to Lake Grace Pingrup, last year's grand finalists. 15 goals, 14, 104, 8 goals, 5, 53, Wayne.
Yeah, and it was a fantastic game. It was tight in the contest, and when the ball came out, the skills were very good. But Ongerup just had the better of the more important moments. There was. I think if you want to think about the better players for Lake Grace, there was a number of both the house boys for Gnowangerup were good. Tim and Fraser House. Lewis Davis was excellent. James Dewar, Matt Crichton, and Harry Milne in the forward line did very well, and it was quite an even performance from Gnowangerup and for Lake Grace, don't they?
I think you hit the nail on the head with all those players you got there. They were very solid all day, those players. For Lake Grace, it wasn't so easy to pick good players for us, I don't think, today. We're probably second to the ball a lot. Gnowangerup were getting their head over it. We tackled hard, but that's what happens when you're second to the ball, Wayne. I thought Joyce was good again for Lake Grace. He's an outstanding player. Bambling was in and out of the game. I thought Trevin Davey was exceptional in the ruck. He at least broke even. And in that part of the ground, he was really good for us. Young Louis Garrard was solid again, and young Holmes was pretty good. But for Lake Grace, probably not so easy to find good players today. But they'll know where they're at now. It's probably a good message to get this time of the year, not later on in the year. They'll go back, they'll work on it. They've got some good players to come back into this side, and they're full forward. And Jackson Calopian, I think he's won the leading goal kicking maybe the last 2 or 3 seasons in a row. They're desperately missing a key forward down there, and of course, we all know how good Lukey Bairstow is there, just that other general in there in the middle. But all credit to Gnowangerup. They were strong all day. You could see from the start they were the ones getting their head over the ball. I thought their big fellas stood up exceptionally well in House, Phillips. Even when Long come into the ruck, their tall stood up, and I thought, it's just a real all-round performance from Gnowangerup.
So I'm sure when these teams are probably going to meet a couple more times this year, and they both, if both teams can get their full contingent of players together, it could go either way. So just a shout out for next week is the country champs in Perth from the 10th to the 14th of July, and Film and Footy are going to be there filming and commentating on all the games. big shout out to Film and Footy sponsors, Dartfish, Classic Clashes and Great Southern Fuels. And Damo, it's been good fun being thrown in the deep end and commentating with you. I've had a blast today. It was great to be able to witness a good quality game from behind the commentator's box.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, Wayne. Great game of country footy, and glad we got good conditions for it. They really did pull on a solid performance out there. You could see both sides feeling it at the end of the game. It's been a really good game. Gnowangerup, I'll tell you what, they've sent a message, they've sent a shot across the bow. They're saying we're not going to be as easy this year, boys. And they're coming back. I'm pretty sure the grand final is on your home deck.
In Gnowangerup, yes.
Wayne, so it's not going to be easy for any team coming down here, I can assure you. We've got a couple of mark of the day maybe and a goal of the day to go through. So I thought goal of the day was Fraser House out the ruck.
Absolutely.
Probably he was a smaller guy in the ruck. And he grabbed it clean out the ruck and then just popped it over his shoulder for a fantastic goal. I thought that was goal of the day for mine.
Yes, he did it all on his own. He kicked it from 50 and it just carried the pack and bounced through with the final 5 metres to go. And yeah, you'll have to help me, Damo, with the mark of the day.
What about little Jai? I thought Jai Holmes, it may have been a double grab chest mark, but that kick and that play, he could have been absolutely taken out of the contest. He kept all eyes on the ball, and that was just a beautiful mark late in the game. I tell you what, if he was a foot out of step, he would have been put in the middle of next week and they would have been carting him off the ground, but he kept his eye on the ball, and I thought it was a beautiful grab at full pace coming across the side of the players.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He put his body where it probably didn't deserve to go, but he didn't. He came out of it unscathed. So yeah, no, there was, when the ball was out in the open, there was a lot of good quality football.
I'd just like to give a thanks here again to Film and Footy. It's just fantastic that we can get these guys out into the country. We can show country footy out across the region, and even for those in Perth. And there's people back there that listen into these, and I'd just like to give a little shout out to Shay Barron, who's just about to have the birth of his first kid. He's been listening in, giving a few comments, so it's great to hear that coming back, bit of feedback. Dennis Committee, I think we'll call it. It couldn't have been me, Wayne, it must have been you. But yeah, just fantastic to have those listeners out there too in the country. So Film and Footy, great to have you out here. Obviously Dartfish, Country Clashes, and of course Great Southern Fuel Supplies. We love Mick Werder. He's always supplying all these events. We couldn't thank the Mick Werder family enough, and the Great Southern Fuels and John O'Neill and all the crew down there, Jeffrey Sable, and thank you guys.
Great. Thanks very much, Damo. So this is Damon Pelham and Wayne Peck signing off for Film and Footy.
Tell you what, Wayne.
Good on you.